Tarot family, welcome back to another reading with me, the Empress of Fortune. Today we're going to be getting a little R-rated. I wanted to say X-rated. I don't know if I'm allowed to say that on YouTube. Anyway, it's about to get hot in her Nelly style, all right? We're talking about their late night thoughts of you. I was putting this reading together and I was like, okay, which decks want to be used in this reading? I always like to ask that when I'm doing my my planning. And the 3 decks that came out were like so random. I am not sure what this reading is going to consist of. All I know is the topic, their late night thoughts of you, and we've got 3 decks we're going to be using today. The Law of Attraction Tarot, that one loves to come through. We've also got our What's the News Oracle, and I actually have a new deck today, which you're seeing here, that's called the Finding Inner Peace Inspiration Cards. So if you're interested in those, I will list them in the description box below. Also listed below will be the timestamps for each of the piles. We are going to be doing our identifiers with our lip bowl today, so there will be 2 timestamps for each reading. The first timestamp will be for the identifiers, and the second timestamp will be for the actual reading itself. So here we have pile 1, pile 2, pile 3, and last but not least, pile 4. Take a moment to meditate on these cards and choose the pile for you and the person that is on your mind. So you might be thinking of more than one person, so you definitely could have messages in more than one pile, but think about the person that you're wondering about and meditate on it while you choose the card. If you need to pause the video, now is a good time to do that. But otherwise, I will see you at your reading. See you in a second. What's up, pile 1? Welcome. If you chose the first card, then this is going to be the identifiers portion of your reading. We're going to go ahead and put this card over here to the side. We're going to get our handy dandy lip bowl out so that we can see who this reading is for. So if it's your first time here, welcome to the tarot family. And the way that these work is that I'm going to swirl my little pin around in here. These slips have all kinds of random ass shit on here. There's random stuff on here. So at least one of the things that comes out should be really familiar to you. It should be significant to you somehow, or it could have shown up like in the last few days or weeks in your life, but like in a way that you would remember, right? So let's say that like there's a food that comes out and that food is your favorite food, or that food is something that you ate in a really special event that you went to a couple weeks ago. Like maybe your friend got married and they had this food at the wedding and you ate it and it was so good and you remember how good it was, right? So those are kind of like 2 examples. So yeah, let's see, Spirit. Let's tap into my pile 1 people. My subscribers, don't forget to subscribe. Hit the subscribe button, by the way, and like this video. It really does help out. My subscribers, but also just the people who find this video on YouTube. Pile 1, who are they? Spirit, their guides, angels, benevolent ancestors, and higher self. Please come through to help us deliver this message. We're talking about their late night thoughts of you. So they have a person in mind. Oh, that being said, since there is another person involved in this, it could be like their favorite food, or maybe you guys went out recently and they ordered it, right? So I'm just using food as an example, but you get the point. I hope you get the point. All right, Spirit, my pile 1 people. They're trying to find out somebody's late night thoughts of them, so let's get it. Let's go. Who are my pile 1 people? Who are the people who chose pile 1? I just said, let's get it, let's go. That makes me think of Jaleesa's messages. So shout out to Jaleesa. Love you, girl. All right. Anybody else? Who's in pile 1? Who are my pile 1 people? Yeah, this is a great time to subscribe to the channel. It's a great time to hit that like button to support me and to support the community. Anybody else in pile 1? All right. Well, you know what? It's so funny to me. Like, there's so many in here, and it's like Spirit really does know when to stop, because at a certain point, like, stuff will just stop popping out. Will just stop popping out. So, yeah. Let's go ahead and open these and see what we've got. There's already one open here. Whoa, that's fun. Katara from Avatar: The Last Airbender. So that could be like your favorite character. You might have been watching Avatar: The Last Airbender recently. Netflix did just recently come out with an adaptation at the time of me filming this. But yeah, interesting. Your name could be Katara, your cat's name could be Katara, something like that. Valentine's Day. Okay, Valentine's Day. I feel like I wrote this weird. I'm gonna give you guys a close-up because I want you to pay attention to the L-E-N. It actually looks like it says L-E-A. And that makes me think of Leah, or Leia. Leah, that made me think of Leah Michelle from Glee, and then Leia made me think of like Princess Leia. I'm not really like into Star Wars, I don't know anything about it, but those two things came up to me, so let's see. Hide your kids, hide your wife. That is from Antoine Dodson. There was like a viral clip that went viral a few years ago. And that was one of the like iconic phrases from there. And I will also say this, these identifiers, they're purely to like help you confirm that this reading is in fact for you. Sometimes they do actually like give us hints about what the reading is going to be about, or they become relevant as the reading opens. And so I'll bring some of them like back onto the table. So like I take them all off once I'm done reading them and I write them in my tarot journal. Sometimes some of them come back onto the table. This, I don't know if this is going to be one of them. I don't know if this is a person, like if you're asking about a person who has a family, maybe you guys are, separated or in a no contact situation, or maybe one of you is like the side piece is how I'll say it. I don't know. That does not have to resonate for you for this to be your pile. I just feel like it's worth mentioning. Give Me Something Real by Ashford and Simpson. That's a song. Give me something real. Sorry guys, my voice is not the best today. Number 9. That makes me think of that song 9 by Willow and SZA. That's also supposed to be like the month of September. You could be seeing 999. 9 might be your favorite number or your lucky number. I'm also thinking now about 19, which there's no reason for me to be thinking about that other than it has 9 in it. But you could be born on the 9th. September is Virgo and Libra energy, so those two could be like your sign or the other person's sign that you're thinking of. It doesn't have to be. You can have 9 people in your family, 9 kids. I'm also thinking about like 9 cousins, like core cousins. For some reason now I want to say distant cousins too. That's like silly, but okay, Spirit. I'll say it if you want me to. Juggernaut. I remember I just like started hearing this word a lot for some reason in like a very short span of time, and so I added it in here. I think that's also a Marvel character. I'm not super sure. I don't really know that much about Marvel, so yeah, I just remember seeing that when I was like on Google one day. Pink velvet. Pink velvet. That makes me think of velvet tacos, which I'm pretty sure is like a taco spot in Austin. Am I wrong about that? Let's find out. Okay, so they have Velvet Taco in both Austin and San Antonio, Texas. That also is like, I have a dirty mind, and this is Late Night Thoughts of You, so I did say it's going to be probably a little R-rated. Velvet Taco, you can imagine what that could mean, so interesting, especially like pink velvet. All right. I wrote that down. I wrote down pink velvet because I have like pink velvet curtains in my house. I never ever thought it was going to be like this dirty thing. This like dirty minded thing that kept coming up. That's literally so funny to me. Lose My Breath by Destiny's Child. Can you keep up? Baby boy, made me lose my breath. Bring the noise, made me lose my breath. Keep me high, made me lose my... Shout out to Beyonce. Cowboy Carter just dropped this past weekend at the time of me filming this. So if you're watching this like far, far in the future, that's okay. This is a timeless reading. Poppy seed bagel. There's that food I was talking about. Interesting. So maybe that's your favorite food or their favorite food. Maybe you had one for breakfast this morning or something like that. Sexy villain, Remy Wolf. Sexy villain, not the hero. I'm no West Coast Bob De Niro. I definitely want to keep singing that. Super emo, aqua girl with the rising Leo. That's what she says. So Aquarius and Leo could be significant somehow. You might just want to go listen to that song. Grand Crew. That's a TV show about a group of friends in Los Angeles who like to drink wine. They hang out at a wine bar. So Remy Wolf also like reps LA. So we got a little bit of LA energy coming out here. Endings, Beginnings movie. That's a movie starring Shailene Woodley. She is this girl who gets in this like love triangle between two best friends. Elliot Page, actor, trans actor, and activist. Trans Day of Visibility just happened a few days ago, so shout out to all my trans folk out there. Love you. Romance novel. You could be really into romance novels. Maybe you just read one. My friend just recommended one to me, actually. Let me see what it was. Maybe that has some significance to somebody. Sexy villain. That definitely is like romance novel-esque, right? Like sexy villain. And we have Valentine's Day over here. So she said that the book was a trashy teenage horror romance novel called Gorgeous Gruesome Faces. I have not read it. I don't know what it's about, but my friend just said that she devoured it and that I might like it. So maybe I'll read it, but maybe that has some meaning to you. I don't know. Baby Girl Lisa. Baby Girl Lisa. 90 Day Fiancé Hive, Stand Up. If you know, you know. What's this? Sookie Stackhouse. It's my girl. True Blood Hive, stand up. True Blood fans, stand up. That's awesome. So Sookie Stackhouse is the main character from the Southern Vampire Mystery novels by Charlaine Harris, which they turned into a TV series called True Blood on HBO, where she's played by Anna Paquin. Here's number 38. That number itself could be relevant to you. Sometimes I also say 83, even though the 3 would be backwards, but we'll go ahead and say it today. So maybe also the year 1983 could be relevant to somebody. I don't know. Or 1938 maybe, but 38 in general. The Game. TV show Jason. So Jason Pitts is one of the main characters on this TV show called The Game. It's about football stars in San Diego and their wives and girlfriends. Tia Mowry is the star of that show. She plays a med student called Melanie. 38 could be somebody's like jersey number or something like that, since we do have The Game here. It doesn't have to be football. It could be any sport, but that could be somebody's jersey number. Please Don't Leave Me by Pink. Da 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 da. Ruby Woo by MAC. That is a lipstick color. So yeah, obviously, you know what? It's so funny because I have never done this. This is my first time doing this topic. They're late night thoughts of you. So shout out to this being the first of possibly many videos of this topic. But the sexual energy is so strong already. Like it's strong, it's here, it's coming through. Okay. We'll see. This is, I think it's probably going to be a pretty steamy reading. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. What About Your Friends by TLC. This also makes me think about Red Light District by TLC. And now I'm thinking also about Lisa Lopez from TLC, R.I.P. We love you. Aw, and also now I'm thinking about Aaliyah, because Aaliyah was called Baby Girl. And both Aaliyah and Left Eye both died like young, tragic deaths. Ugh, so sad. Girlfriends, more LA energy. My girlfriends. So that show stars Tracee Ellis Ross as Joan. She is a lawyer, later turned restaurateur living in LA, and it's all about her and her friends. Ted Mosby, main character of How I Met Your Mother. Ted, always on the lookout for love. Definition of a hopeless romantic. I was about to say we love Ted, and I was like, do we really love Ted? Yeah, we do. All right, number 3. So 338 or 8 or 383. Some combination of like, or 38 or 39. Interesting. We have the 3 and 9 here. Those numbers could be significant somehow. 3 would be the month of March. So that is Pisces and Aries energy. You might be seeing 333. You could have 3 kids in your family, 3 people in your family. You could live on the 3rd floor, 3rd Street, 3rd Avenue, apartment number 3. 3 might be your favorite number, stuff like that. Any of those same things that apply to number 9. Oh, also there's a song called 3. So there was a song called 9 by Willow and SZA, but there's a song called 3 by Britney Spears. 1, 2, 3, da 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 da. Okay. Dupe, makeup, trickster. So yeah, somebody dupes you, they get one up over on you, they trick you, but also people call like similar formulas for makeup dupes. So there might be like a really high-end makeup, like maybe there's like a MAC makeup, and then there's a drugstore dupe that has a really similar formula or is like the exact same color. It just is from a less expensive brand. Save a horse, ride a cowboy, big and rich. That's a song. You know what this dupe thing just made me think of was like, whenever somebody says like, so-and-so is a poor man's so-and-so, right? And like they'll compare 2 people and they'll say that one person is somehow like the other person, but like, I don't even want to say lesser. I guess that's what they're implying. Or maybe they say like less attractive. Or this also makes me think of like when you break up with somebody and then they go out and they date somebody who looks exactly like you. That is similar styles. I guess people can have types. I just say what comes to mind. Anyway, Nicole Byer. She actually is one of the stars of Grand Crew. So she's an actress and comedian. Very funny. You might know her also from Girl Code. I think she also hosts a show, like a competition show. I don't know what it is though. Pull Up by Abra. Pull up to your crib, riding shoddy shoddy. Pull up with your bitch, now it's a party. Strawberry-to gravy, baby, feeling brazy. Said I'm crazy, you ain't seen shit, yeah. Alright, yeah, that's a good song. I definitely want to keep singing it. Go listen to it. Peggy Hill from King of the Hill. Peggy Hill. She is like... There are so many things I could say about Peggy Hill. I was about to say, like, she's like the definition of like a low-maintenance wife, but I don't even want to put Peggy down like that. That's not even what it's about. Peggy and Hank were definitely perfect for each other, and I'm not going to sit here and hate on their relationship. Sister Act. King of the Hill, just in general, could be significant. It doesn't have to specifically be Peggy. Sister Act, iconic movie starring Whoopi Goldberg. Love her. Love her. Love that movie. Oh my god, I used to watch that movie all the time. Hail, Holy Queen, enthroned above, oh Maria. Oh, you guys, they had the best songs. The best songs in that movie. Lights by Journey. That's a song as well. But that's not in Sister Act. It's just a song. When the lights go down in the city. Ooh, driving at night. So maybe like the night lights, you know, like when you're driving, all the lights you can see. Now I'm thinking about All of the Lights by Kanye West. All of the lights, all of the lights. All right. And Sister Act is partially set in Reno. So like Reno, Nevada could be significant somehow. $100. Now this is making me think about Las Vegas. Maybe somebody's like gambling or something. I don't know. A hundo. Here we've got roller coaster. They have a roller coaster at New York, New York in Las Vegas, don't they? Or maybe I'm thinking Circus. It's one of those two. Anyway, who knows? Who knows? Who knows? Closer, that's a movie. I knew there was something like infidelity was coming up. That does not have to be the case with you and your situation. I just want to clarify that. It does not have to be the case with you and your scenario. But Closer is a movie starring Natalie Portman, Julia Roberts, Clive Owen, and Jude Law. And there is like, infidelity is like the theme of the movie. It's about these two couples who get like totally intertwined with each other. Another song by Remy Wolf, Doctor. So we got double Remy Wolf action here. If you're not a fan, you should be. JK, I'm not going to tell you what to do. You have free will, but she's wonderful and I love her. I don't want to be your doctor. Oh, and Clive Owen plays a doctor in Closer. Ladybug. So maybe you saw a ladybug. Maybe that's your favorite kind of insect. Something like that. Maybe you have like the black and red polka dots or something. Yellow jackets. No, two bugs coming out back to back. That's strange. It's not unheard of. I'm pretty sure that's happened before. I don't know if it was those two specifically, but it's strange. That gives me Bugaboo energy, which we had Lose My Breath by Destiny's Child. Is somebody allergic to bugs? I'm definitely allergic to bugaboos. Is somebody allergic to bugs here? I don't know. We'll see. Especially since we have Doctor here, Lose My Breath. I'm thinking about bugaboos. Somebody could have had an allergic reaction to something. Possibly. Lemongrass. Lemongrass, that is like a flavor, a scent. That also used to be the name of like the Thai restaurant that me and my friends used to go to when I was in high school. The Postal Service, that's a band. Speaking of when I was in high school, that's a band. I was about to say starring. LOL. I don't know if that's, I guess you could say that, but Ben Gibbard is like the lead singer. He's also the lead singer for Death Cab for Cutie. Sometimes Jenny Lewis would play with them. I don't remember who the other guy is who was like the music producer, but they would send files like back and forth through USPS, and that's how they got their name. Or like they would send tapes, I guess. Or CDs. I don't know what they were doing. Evermore by Taylor Swift featuring Bon Iver. So collab energy coming through. Collab. Possibly two musicians here. Whoa, Cardi B. So like I was saying, possibly two musicians here. Cardi B came out, she's a musician, so obviously that's not going to apply to everybody, but the number 2, Dos, numero dos. So that could be the month of February, which would be Aquarius and Pisces energy. Shout out to Rihanna. Love you. Shout out to Megan Thee Stallion. Love you. Anyway, you could live on the 2nd floor. You could be one of 2 kids. There could be 2 people in your family. You could live on 2nd Street, 2nd Avenue, apartment number 2. You might be seeing 222. Things like that. Now that Taylor Swift is here, making me think about that song she has, 22. A Tribe Called Quest. All right, New York energy coming through. Cardi B, A Tribe Called Quest. Shout out to Q-Tip. Pull up to your crib, riding shawty. So yeah, that song Pull Up by Abra wants to come out. Real Love by Mary J. Blige. Real Love. So we had Give Me Something Real, and now we have Real Love by Mary J. I'm searching for a real love. Someone to set my heart free. Real love. Real love. Got to have a real love. She's also from New York. So yeah, NYC energy coming through. And I did also mention New York earlier when I was talking about Las Vegas. So Airbnb. Okay, Airbnb. I see you. Maybe you recently went to an Airbnb. Maybe you run Airbnbs or something like that. Childish Gambino. That's Donald Glover. Is that his name? I always want to say, you know what? The reason why I get upset is because I know that there's another actor whose last name is Glover, and I always get confused. It is Donald Glover, but the person I was just talking about is Danny Glover. But this is Donald Glover. And he, I'm pretty sure, went to NYU. So more New York energy. But ATL also coming through. Abra is from Atlanta, or at least reps Atlanta. TLC has Atlanta energy. Childish Gambino, aka Donald Glover, has that TV show called Atlanta. So, okay. Boys in the Hood, more Los Angeles energy. Shout out to John Singleton, Morris Chestnut, Ice Cube. Ring. So that could be Ring doorbell. That could be an actual ring like on your finger. Maybe somebody gave you a ring. Like a phone call. Rascal Flatts. Okay. Country songs. Now I'm thinking about that song called A Country Song by Kelsey Ballerini. We've got here Bad, Bad, or Baddest by Cynthia Voigt. That is like a kind of, I don't know if I would call it a young adult novel. It's probably more for like 6th grade. Living Single. Living Single. Sorry guys. I keep singing I already told you like my voice is not the best today. I'm sick. I'm not really. I just haven't warmed up. But anyway. Jason and Kira. Dana. Why can't I say this woman's name? Dana Davidson. Jason and Kira by Dana Davidson. Okay. That is a young adult novel. That's definitely a young adult novel. It's about high school love. High school love. Okay. So maybe you knew this person from high school or something. Or from middle school. Cairo, Egypt. Ooh. Real Love. The Climb by Miley Cyrus. It's all about the climb. Kiki's Delivery Service. That is a movie. Studio Ghibli? I don't know how to say that. But it's that. You know what I'm talking about, probably. Maybe. It's a movie about a little witch. Nice by Beyonce and Jay-Z. So we got 2 Beyonce references here. We've got Lose My Breath, Destiny's Child. Now we've got Nice by Bey and Jay. Can you keep up? Baby boy, make me lose my breath. Bring the noise. Ballet Slippers, OPI. That is a nail polish color. It's like a very pale pink, but this also could just be like actual ballet slippers. Maybe somebody's dancing. Cheerleader. Oh, I think that I found myself a cheerleader. That's that song by Omi, the Felix Jane radio edit. Annoying. Some of you guys probably think I'm kind of annoying right now. Hopefully not. I love you. Sorry, I'm in a silly mood. It's like all of like the sexual energy. No Frauds. Nicki Minaj, Drake, Lil Wayne. All right. What's this? Bracelet. Ooh, jewelry. Did somebody give you some jewelry? Was there some Valentine's Day jewelry exchanged? Because we got ring, we got bracelet, we got Valentine's Day. Uninvited by Mallrat. That's a song. Smiles are always toothless, but I run out of excuses, so I have to stay excited, but I wish that I was uninvited. All right. There could be something to do with a friend group going on here, because we got like, what about your friends? We got No Frauds, uninvited, right? I already talked about Grand Crew being about a group of friends. Girlfriends is about a group of friends. So is Living Single. It's about a group of friends. So something to do with a friend group is coming through here. Sorry guys, my camera just cut off, unfortunately, and I had done all this other shit, but whatever. While my camera didn't catch the recording, we got The Incredibles, which is that Disney movie about the family that has superpowers. We got Courtney B. Vance. He's an actor. He's married to the lovely and fabulous Angela Bassett. We also got The Bachelorette, that dating show, which I guess also we could include The Bachelor as well, but I didn't put that in the lip bowl. And then we got the number 4. I don't remember if I said this already, but just in case I didn't, we also got Cheerleader by Omi, the Felix Jane edit. Is there any other ones that I may have said and then forgotten? I don't think so, but the number 4 was the last one that I did, or the last one that came out. So that could be the month of April, which would be Aries and Taurus. You could be seeing 444. You could be living on the 4th floor, 4th apartment, 4th street, 4th avenue. You could have 4 people in your family, 4 kids in your family. Today actually is April 2nd, and we have 4-2 right here. So these could be dates like April 2nd, April 9th, April 3rd. This could be March 4th, March 2nd, March 9th. September 2nd, September 4th, September 3rd, February 4th, February 9th, February 3rd. Any of those. And then, of course, if you want to put 38 in there, or any combination of 9, 2, 4, 3, 3, and 8. So, yeah. I'm going to leave that there, I guess. 24, 43, 42, 34, 32, 29, 92, 93, 94. Any of those numbers. But yeah, all right. Let me go write these down in my tarot journal, and I will be right back. Speaking of tarot journals, I made one for you guys. I also made y'all an abundance journal in case anybody is working on getting their money up, getting their financial education in place, getting some financial literacy. So both of those journals are in the description box down below. Don't forget to like this video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. I'm gonna go write these down in my tarot journal, and I'll see you guys in just a second for the reading. Hey there, pile 1. Welcome, welcome. This is your reading. Their late night thoughts about you. This is exciting. All right, so we're actually going to get to this card a little bit later. First, we're going to get our tarot out, and let's see what we can figure out. I guess we're going to get a little information, a little background information on the relationship, you know, whether you're with this person or not, whether they even know if you exist or not. We have here the Hermit. Interesting. Interesting. Spirit, let's connect with pile 1. And pile 1, the person that they're thinking about, this collective. We've got here the Queen of Pentacles in reverse. We have the 8 of Pentacles in reverse. This could be somebody that you know from work. It doesn't have to be. The pile 1, we're asking about them and their person. Oh, there are a lot of Pentacles here. This is the 3 of Pentacles here in reverse. Interesting. This could be potentially a boss or a mentor. Or you could be their boss or their mentor. All right, so we have here the 7 of Swords. Interesting. There could be... Okay, so yeah, I'm going to focus on getting some information about the type of relationship. We may also get some actual late night thoughts of you using the tarot. I think the late night thoughts part will probably come out more with the What's the News Oracle later on. But yeah, okay, let's see. Spirit, tell us about pile 1 and the person that they're asking about. Who do we have here? We've got the Ace of Cups in reverse. We have the Queen of Swords in reverse. That's the Justice card. And we have here the Two of Swords. All right. So, pile 1, you and this person, like I said, there could be some sort of work relationship between the two of you. That does not have to resonate for everybody. There could be some sort of like mentorship type of relationship between the two of you. This could maybe be even like a friend of one of your parents, or maybe one of you is a parent. I guess both of you could potentially be parents. You may have gotten into a disagreement with this person. There could also be a third party situation here that is not going very well. There could be some sort of deception, duplicitousness. There could have been some lying or dishonesty here. Some sharp words could have been exchanged. Negative words could have been exchanged. You guys could have gotten into a fight. Somebody might have called the other person selfish. That's a possibility. There definitely seems like there was some sort of like unfair scenario in this situation. Possibly one person put more work in than the other person did into the connection or into the relationship. Somebody might be acting quite standoffish right now. I don't know if you guys are in contact or not. But somebody could be acting quite standoffish right now, where the other person might be acting like they're unbothered by that. I just heard the word stoicism. I don't know if that is like a philosophy that one or both of you guys subscribes to. But I'm definitely seeing like the idea that somebody is not pulling their weight here. Sometimes when the Eight of Pentacles comes up, usually I get this idea when it's in the reverse, but we've got these other two reversals here, this Queen of Swords and this Justice card reversed, and also this Two of Swords reversed, which are making me think this. It means that like somebody is working a lot harder than they need to be working. And that does not necessarily mean in their physical job or in their career, but it could mean in the relationship. With this Ace of Cups here, it does feel like there is potentially a loss of love or a loss of an opportunity. Somebody could have been shut down. Somebody could have been rejected here as well. I definitely feel that for one person, I think the emotions were stronger than for the other person, especially since we have this here. We've got like the heart on one side of the scale and the feather on the other. And with it being in reverse especially, it just goes to show that not only were the feelings not equal or maybe not reciprocated, but there's like a flippancy that I'm kind of getting. Like one person really kind of like brushed the other person off when it came down to it. I kind of feel like one person in this connection expected the other person to do not only all the heavy lifting of the relationship, but also like they expected to be waited on hand and foot. They expected to be really doted upon, and just to be able to not necessarily like abuse the other person. I don't really feel like that's the right word because it carries a connotation that I'm not trying to bring to this reading, but definitely like take advantage of their status and kind of hold that over the other person. I'm getting like almost like a tyrant here. And tyrant also, I feel like has a harsher and more negative connotation than what like I actually genuinely think that the situation was. But I definitely think somebody let their status, their power, their sexuality, their position, I guess, get to their head. And they started using it in a way that was not only unfair, but also overbearing. And I feel like these two people, you and this other person, kind of like fell out of step with each other. And there probably was a misunderstanding at some point, especially with this Queen of Swords and this Two of Swords here. But like, I'm thinking about the conductor, right? There's a conductor on this card of the Three of Pentacles here. And you know, conductor is the one who's telling each part of the orchestra, like, when to go, when to play, and they keep the time and stuff like that. And with this being here in reverse, it's like somebody's not following directions, and then also somebody is just like out of step and out of time. It's like these two people are no longer on the same page. They're not stepping to the same beat anymore. They're not in the same flow anymore. And it could be because somebody lied about something, or somebody was duplicitous about something. There could have been, like I said, a third party, or just some other, like, I wanted to say obfuscation, like some sort of, how do I want to say this? Some sort of, like, wool being pulled over somebody's eyes, like an intentional misdirection is how I'm going to put it. And part of me also wonders if, like, this is somebody leading the other person on, leading the other person to believe that they liked them more than they actually did, or even that they loved them when they didn't, things like that. And I also feel like for one or both of these people, there was a lot of, like, pull back and forth between the head and the heart. Like, your head is telling you one thing and your heart is telling you another thing. And so even within yourself, you're not able to come to an accord. There's a disagreement between these two people, but there's also a disagreement within oneself as well. And what's interesting to me right now is this Hermit card here, because this is the card that came out first. So I do believe that one or both of you is really trying to find peace with this scenario, is understanding that nobody can have more power over you than what you give them, and learning to step to the beat of your own drum and not to let somebody else conduct you, especially in a way that is away from the truth or based on a lie. But yes, finding peace seems to be a big thing here. And it is doing that despite what you feel, doing that despite what other people have told you. There is a real tug between the truth here and kind of like the universal truth, or what you know to be true for yourself. Because what you know to be true for yourself doesn't have to match what somebody else knows to be true for themselves. It's like when two people want two different things. And I do wonder if there has been a decision to kind of like put this connection on hold at some point. I also keep getting the idea or the image of like a one-track mind. Maybe that's something that one or the other person has said within the course of the relationship. I'm also thinking about like an escape route or an escape plan, trying to find a way out or leave the door open. Isn't that the name of a song? That's the name of a song by like Silk Sonic or something. Bruno Mars and Anderson .Paak. Definitely at least one person in this connection, possibly the feminine energy, but it doesn't really have to necessarily be the feminine energy, really felt like they were above this other person. And It was like they were the star and the other person was their like supporting cast member. There was a just total lack of equality in this scenario. And I do think that one person got hurt. I'm looking here. I guess both people got hurt. I'm looking at this card here in this tug of war. You can see like she's got a bandage on her hand. And I didn't notice until now, but she's got a bandage on her arm. The redhead girl has a bandage on her arm. So I guess both people got hurt, but just in different ways. But definitely one person has like a tighter grip on the situation than the other one does. I think a decision was made to agree to disagree on a certain subject or on a certain idea. On a certain idea. Ooh. That's so weird. Okay, so ID is coming through, like identification, but I also was trying to say on a certain idea or even ideology. Somebody might have like just straight up lied about who they were. That's a possibility. They may have lied about their name or, you know, how old they are or what their life really looks like, whether or not they're married or divorced or in a relationship or something. We did get hide your kids, hide your wife come out, so somebody may have lied about their relationship status. That came out in the identifiers. If I can find it. I'm also going to bring cheerleader out here because I really do feel like one person treated the other person like they were a cheerleader and not in like a positive way. It was like, I'm the star and you're my fan, or I'm the star and you're just here to support me. I am, you know, the one actually out on the field making plays, doing the passes, and you're just here to support me. And it's so cute what you do, but, you know, at the end of the day, I'm the important one and you're not. Right? That is kind of like the energy that I've been getting here. And this could have been from the feminine, but it doesn't have to have been. It could have been. Because the example that I just gave was like a male football star treating a female cheerleader, or I guess just a cheerleader, like they were, you know, support staff. And I feel bad, but I just laughed at that. Treating them like they're support staff. So that makes me think actually about like if somebody was, okay, so like let's say that this guy has a side chick, right? And the guy is like married, he's in a relationship, and he has a child. And he gets the side chick to like babysit the child while he, you know, goes out and works or whatever it is that he does, runs errands. You know, it's like using the side chick as like support staff, like a nanny or a maid. Take what resonates and leave the rest. Obviously, not every single scenario is going to apply to you. All right, so I'm going to move forward and we're going to get this card now. This says, being gentle with myself. I am gentle with myself and make happiness in my life a priority. So that definitely feels like it goes along with this Hermit card here, the first card that came out. And the whole idea of like disagreeing on how certain things should be done within this relationship. And one person having deeper feelings than the other person or things being unfair in some way. If you did end up breaking things off with this person or they broke something off with you, if there's like, let's just say that you're not in contact or you're in separation with this person and sometimes you like regret the way that the relationship went, it's okay to be gentle with yourself. And it's also okay to put yourself and your happiness first as a priority, which I think is what this Hermit card is here to talk about. All right, let's go ahead and get into their late night thoughts of you. I'm also thinking about how like maybe one person always wanted the other person to be like on their timeline or on their kind of time. Like they were setting the pace for the relationship, and whether that pace was too fast or too slow, they kind of forced the other person to go along with it. And so being gentle with oneself is like allowing yourself to now go at your own pace instead of at the pace that somebody else sets for you. All right, Spirit. Pile 1's person, the person they're thinking of, what are their late night thoughts about Pile 1? Mental breakdown ahead, about to lose their shit. So yeah, they're going crazy over you. Late night thoughts. They can't stop thinking about you. They're going crazy over you. What are they thinking about Pile 1? They might be worried that they don't have like enough money or the type of career that Pile 1 would want them to have or to appreciate. Like they can't keep up. Ooh. I'm excited right now because Lose My Breath by Destiny's Child came out. And literally the song goes, can you keep up, baby boy, make me lose my breath, bring me noise. Keep me high, make me lose my... Right? I feel like this person is worried. Like they feel like they can't keep up with you. Like I was just talking about somebody setting the pace, and the other person really felt like they had to, you know, go with the other person's pace. Like even thinking about this card, right? It's like she's walking ahead of him and this guy is like in the back with her bags and he's like got all this baggage and he's weighed down and he can't keep up with her and she's, you know, so far ahead of him. This person worries that they're not good enough for you. There we go. Privileged, flaunter. That's this energy here. This is what they think about you. They think that you are privileged. They think that you have, that you like to show off. Maybe you have more money than they do. Or maybe you used to spend a lot of their money and it's caused them to have some career worries. Here we go. Break up with her. I'm bored in the reverse. I feel like this person, so okay, this card has 3 people on it, right? And there's also that Ariana Grande song where it's like, break up with your girlfriend, I'm bored, right? I want to actually get another card before I start interpreting that. Oh, there's something here. What is that? Still holding on to each other. Yeah, okay, that's what I was thinking. I wasn't sure what this third person had to do with it, but okay. They either really miss you and wish that they hadn't broken up with you, or if they're with another person, they're thinking about you. Yeah, they're with another person, you're the one who's on their mind. It's like, that's embarrassing. That's insulting. Okay, we have here hot new affair and then seeing some bullshit. So yeah, if they have a third person, if there is another person here, I'm gonna push these down. How do I want to do this? Sorry guys, I'm about to rearrange this whole scenario. Not the scenario of the cards. I'm about to rearrange these cards. Give myself some más espacio. So yeah, if there's a third party, then things are not going as well as maybe things might seem. They might be like posting stuff on social media, trying to make it seem like everything's great with their, you know, new fling or whatever, but it's lies. If that's the case, it's lies. It's not true. They also could be looking at your social media and being like, ugh, this is some bullshit. They definitely wish that you guys were still together, for sure. What do we have here? Getting closer. They feel very far away from you. They wish that they were closer to you. And that could be physically in terms of like distance, or it could be like emotionally or sexually. What Pile 1's person, what are their late night thoughts about Pile 1? He's happy with someone else. Oh, okay. So if you have moved on to a new connection, they're definitely jealous and they think that you're happier without them. Pile 1's person that they're asking about, what are their late night thoughts about Pile 1? Any other late night thoughts about Pile 1? Busted. That's so funny. lying to him about you. We have here, don't want it if it's that easy. We've also got had enough. Okay, so when I was describing the scenario between you guys earlier, it definitely sounded like there was some toxicity going on. Like I said, there were some lies, some toxic power dynamics as well, okay? Disagreements and things like that. Somebody definitely got caught. I feel like in their late night thoughts of you, like they've even maybe gotten caught thinking about you. Like if there is a third person, if there is another person in their life, they've gotten caught thinking about you, or maybe somebody caught them like scrolling on your social media or something like that. They could have even like said your name out loud while, you know, doing the nasty with somebody else, like busted, right? And I feel like they actually really enjoyed, to some extent, the toxic relationship that you guys had, because they saw it as like a challenge, you know. I talked about the whole like, can you keep up kind of situation, right? And they may have felt like it was like a runner and a chaser kind of scenario. Like they might have felt like they really enjoyed the chase. Even though that was not the vibe that I was getting, I feel like they have it distorted in their mind that it was like they were chasing you. And even kind of to the point where it was like, because they maybe felt like you were too good for them, or you wanted so much out of them that they had to step up to the plate in that way. It was almost maybe like motivating for them, and I kind of feel like they think about that at night. In a weird way, I do feel like you motivated them. Things were never boring with you. That is something definitely that I'm getting. It was never boring with you. There was always some sort of drama, and they miss, in a way, being like as devoted to somebody as they were to you. It just doesn't feel the same. If they're with somebody new, it just doesn't feel the same in terms of the level of devotion that they had with you. And busted is also making me think of like busting nuts, you know what I mean? You really turned them on, like a lot. You really turned them on. And they're definitely thinking about times when you had them like out of breath, when you had them hot and bothered, when you had them like, yeah, okay. I don't know if I can say that on YouTube. How do I say this? Like when they think about you, you know, while they're like taking their time to themselves and doing their little self-indulgence, it's like they think about you and all of a sudden things become way more urgent. It becomes like really, really, it's like really fast. They think about you and it's like, boop. It's really fast. I feel like they could have even told other people either like lies about you or lies about your relationship to make it seem like it's better than it is, or like it is more stable than it is, or to make them seem like they're not that crazy for wanting to be in a relationship that's as toxic as the one that you guys have. If they are with somebody new, it definitely is just like kind of, it's just not exciting. It's just not as exciting. Like they get super excited when they think about you. All right, so I will say like this lying to him about you card, I'm not going to say it's confusing me. It's just like, who's him? Lying to him about you, right? Because this is supposed to be thinking about like from Mean Girls, because that's what this picture is from, right? It's like Regina would lie to her boyfriend about Katie, and Katie had a crush on the boyfriend, right? And so Regina would lie to him about Katie in order to get him to not like Katie. So maybe somebody told them something, like maybe they like heard through the grapevine or something, some rumors about you, and they think about those late at night. They think about that. I wonder if somebody did actually get in some sort of issue with the police, or maybe that was like a rumor that was told and it turned out not to be true. Especially since we have seen some bullshit here. Like, the bullshit makes me think it's like, it is a lie. Like, not just something displeasing, you know, like, that's some bullshit. But, like, it's actually, like, a lie. Like, no, like, it's bullshit. It's not true. It could also, I guess, be that this person is lying to themselves about you and about the situation when it comes to, like, their memories about the connection to, like, make them not seem as bad as they were. And I'm not, like, trying to call anybody out here. I'm just reading what I see. I'm not, like, saying that you're a toxic person. People who are not toxic can be in toxic relationships. I feel like that should be stated outright. But also people who are toxic usually are in toxic relationships. You don't have to be toxic to be in a toxic relationship. That's what I want to say. But some people are toxic. They do exist. They wish that you would, like, come fighting for them. I think that they, like, fantasize about that. Like, you coming to fight for them with their new person, or just coming to, like, stir up some drama in their life. I think that that turns them on. This reading is so different than what I thought it was going to be. That's so funny. Yeah, they're trying to keep it together. They're trying to keep it together, and I think it's, like, for the sake of this other person that could be in their life. But I don't think that they're doing a very good job, because their late night thoughts of you are keeping them from getting closer to their new person. They're still emotionally holding on to what they had with you. And like I said, they haven't had enough of it. They haven't had enough. They would go back to it if they could. They would go back to the connection that you guys had if they could. And they miss the drama. And they miss the way that, like, the drama motivated them. For some of you guys, I'm wondering if, like, actual physical stuff is involved here, because we have, like, about to lose your/their shit, and we have career worries, and we have privileged flaunter. It's like one person in this connection is obviously doing a lot better, like, financially and materially than the other person. So let's say that this is or was, like, a marriage, like you two guys were married or whatever, and one person ended up with all the stuff, like they ended up with the house, and they ended up with all the furniture, and the other person, you know, was, like, kicked out and had to basically start over, right? And now they have to, like, pay alimony, and they also have to, like, get a new apartment, or, you know, whatever it is, but they have to do all these things while the other one is, like, sitting pretty and, like, la da 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 da, ha ha he he, I have all the money, right? That vibe is coming through. And so I do think that there is, like, some genuine anger there when it comes to this. I don't think it's, like, intense anger. I do think all the things that I said earlier, those feelings are more prevalent, but there is a large amount of stress here, that's for sure. And I do think there is a little bit of anger, especially since we do have, like, the police car here. I'm wondering if you guys ever had, like, a domestic disturbance or something like that. And if that's the case, they do think about that at nighttime. It's like their nighttime thoughts about you are mixed between, like, this intense longing for the dynamic that you guys had, even though it was toxic. Like, there was some genuine love there, at least on one person's part. I think it's on their part. If if anything, they definitely seemed like they had deeper feelings, and maybe even, like, deeper feelings than you knew about, possibly. But it, like, that depth of feeling is so coupled up with stress and with pressure And then there's like this devotion that goes in there, and like a little bit of anger. And it's like their late night thoughts and feelings are so convoluted. It's like, that's why we have this like mental breakdown ahead sign here. And then of course with it being in reverse, it's like their thoughts are still so convoluted. It's not to the point where they can't function, you know, or where they can't have a relationship with another person, but it's fucking them up. But not fucking them up enough to where they are like swearing it off forever, where they're like, no, this connection is done. I've had enough. They're not fucked up to that point yet. It's not fucked up beyond all recognition. It's just like fucked up. I think that they do think about being happy with somebody else, and they think about that in the future, and they like wish that they could be more gentle with themselves about this scenario. And I think that they're trying to put their life as a priority. I don't know if it's like super working right now, but I think that that's like ultimately where they would like to be. They would like to be able to like let go of the toxicity and find some peace. As I mentioned earlier, they would like to try and find some peace and be happy with somebody else. I think that that's part of like their dream. I think that they are like addicted to the drama, but they don't want it. Yeah. If they could have like a drama-free relationship in the future, I think that that's like a fantasy. And I don't mean like a sexual fantasy. I mean like an emotional fantasy. That's like emotionally what they fantasize about. But like sexually, they still are very attached to the type of dynamic that you guys had, even though they know it's not healthy. But yeah, they're tired. They're exhausted. And I'm laughing at that because it's like, you know, their late night thoughts of you. So it's like, you know, obviously they're up late and they're thinking about you, but like, yeah, they're tired. They're exhausted. I think both physically and emotionally, from trying to like keep up with you, but also from thinking about this whole scenario, and also probably from like work and from their life, their general life. They're tired. They're exhausted. I actually feel kind of like bad for this person a little bit, and I'm like, I don't normally interject my own feelings into the reading like that, but I feel a little bit bad for them. But at the same time, it's like, I don't know, you know, what things were like in the relationship. I'm not saying I feel bad for them because of you or anything that you did. I'm saying that I feel bad for them that like they're tired, because I know how it feels to be tired. And it's like you just want to go to sleep, but you can't stop thinking about stuff. I know how that feels. And so like that's why I'm saying I feel bad for them. It has nothing to do with you. I just wanted to clarify that. Yeah, they just want somebody who's going to be like gentle to them. Like that's what they really want. And they think about how that was not like the main selling point of the relationship that you guys had. And they just like, that's just something that they want. But I don't think that you should feel bad. Like I say, you know, I'm over here like, oh, I feel bad for them because they're tired or whatever, blah, blah. I don't think you should feel bad. Again, I don't know like what happened during the relationship, so I don't think you should feel bad. But also, like I was saying before, you motivated them, and I think you still do. Whether it's out of spite or out of like them wanting you to admire them, or just you having kind of put them in this position where they have to step up to the plate and provide more or be more responsible for certain things. This person is definitely thinking about the way that you guys used to touch each other. They really liked your nails. They liked the way that maybe you guys would like hold hands or grasp hands. We've got a lot of that energy here with this card and with this card as well. And even with this card too. But yeah, they may have just really liked your hands or your nails in general. And the way that they felt on different parts of their body, including their back and their neck and their face. So I think that they're thinking about that, possibly scratching or just like gentle touches, things like that. That's definitely something that they're thinking about late at night. You guys may have had, whether it was like explicitly spoken about, or if it was just a vibe. There may have been like a little bit of a dominant and submissive kind of vibe going on in the relationship, and they definitely think about that too. And they think a lot about like ecstasy. I don't necessarily mean that in terms of like the pill, but I guess that could be relevant for somebody here maybe. But really I'm thinking more about just like how they felt ecstasy when they were with you. Like they felt just like on top of the world. They felt like seeing you and being with you was like the light of their day. And they get this like excited and flash feeling about you and when they're with you, and sexual ecstasy as well. I do think that if this person is with someone else, yes, they think about you while they're with them, but that doesn't mean that they're not happy with this other person to some degree. I think that they are. But, you know, sometimes you can't help thinking about another person or something like that. Or you might just miss the dynamic that you had with somebody else, right? So I want to get more information on this card. He's happy with someone else. I want to get more information about that. Spirit, can you clarify that card for me, please? Haunted. Yeah, okay, I was right. They definitely just are thinking about you. And unpaid bills. So there could still be some like financial attachment to you. Whether that is like I was talking about earlier, possibly like alimony if you guys were ever married, or if they just are attached to you financially somehow. Maybe this other person does not require as much support from them, or doesn't require as much money from them, or whatever. And I think that they could be happy in that sense because they're not that stressed out, but they do still think about you, and they think about like the responsibilities that they had when it came to you. All seeing eye, I see everything, bitch. Homie in love, damn dog. Got fired, lost a job in reverse, and been sleeping on the couch in reverse. So, yeah, they're just trying to keep an eye on you, but also on their finances, and they're trying to get back on their feet. And I think that the person that they're with now, they kind of like understand that, or the person that they're looking for now would understand that, whereas like maybe you were like, no broke boys, no broke bitches, right? But yeah, they don't love this other person, and I don't know that they ever will love this other person, but yeah. And I think that they have a little bit of their self-esteem might not be like in the best place right now. With this one, like been sleeping on the couch here, they could be in their hobosexual era where they're really just like not doing so well, and so they're staying with somebody else. They might be in a relationship with this person, or they might be looking for a relationship with somebody else who will help them with their bills, or who will, you know, put a roof over their head or whatever while they're trying to get back up on their feet. And meanwhile, I think that they're still watching you and thinking about you. Ooh, juicy. All right, pile one, make sure you subscribe to the channel and you like this video so that anybody else who may need to see it can find it. It really does help out. Not only me, but the whole tarot community at large. People who are looking for the right video, this can help put it on their browsing page. I love you. I hope that you're doing well. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your day, night, or evening. See you later. Hey there, pile two. Welcome, welcome. You're here for your reading. Their late night thoughts about you. All right, well, pile one was pretty interesting. I'm excited to see what pile two holds. We're going to do our identifiers first, but this is going to be the, so if you are wanting to get straight to the cards, there's another timestamp down below that will say pile two reading, and it will take you straight to the part with the cards. Otherwise, let's go ahead and get into our identifiers. Don't forget to like this video and to subscribe to the channel. It really does help me out. Spirit, who's in pile 2? Who are my pile 2 people? Who are my pile 2 people? My pile 2lians. I don't know what that's about. If anybody, you know, identifies with the whole Tulian thing, then let me know, because I really don't know what that means, but I just feel called to say it. I don't know why. Anyway, Spirit, who are my people in pile 2? While I'm doing this is the perfect time for you to hit that thumbs up button, for you to like this video. It helps it to spread out farther across YouTube so that anybody who may want to see this video, who hasn't found it yet, it will show up on their homepage. This is also the perfect time to subscribe to my channel. Hit the subscribe button. I'll never stop pandering for you to subscribe to my channel. It really does make you and I more connected. It makes it a lot easier for me to read your energy and be more specific to your situation. So definitely there's benefit to subscribing. Anybody else in pile 2, Spirit? All right, so I find it so interesting. I said this in pile 1 too. Like, there are so many different little slips in here, but definitely, like, Spirit knows when it's time to stop. They're like, there's no more. Just chill out, let it go. And I love that. So we got this nice little pile of slips. The way that these work, if this is your first time here with me, welcome, love you. Thanks for being here. But the way that these work is that at least one of the things on these slips should be like really familiar to you, should be really significant to you somehow, or it could have shown up in your life in like the past couple of weeks. We'll even extend that to like the past couple of months if it was significant enough for you to remember. So for example, if there's like a movie here or a food here, it could be your favorite movie, it could be your favorite food. You might have seen the movie in the past couple of months. Maybe you heard somebody talking about it in passing, right? Or like something like that, you know? So let's get started. Let's see. We have here self-date. Maybe you took yourself out on a date recently. Maybe you like to take yourself out. Maybe you prefer solo outings or something like that. You could definitely be the type of person who doesn't mind, you know, going to dinner by themselves or going to the movies by themselves or something like that. And not every single one of these is going to apply to you, but at least one of them should. Set It Off, Queen Latifah. Maybe you recently took yourself out to go see Set It Off. Maybe it was playing at like one of those old school theaters that likes to do, you know, the old school movies every now and again. That'd be fun. Queen Latifah also showing up, like maybe you saw Queen Latifah in something or you heard her in something recently. Energy by Drake. I got enemies, got a lot of enemies, got a lot of people trying to drain me of my energy, trying to take away from a nigga. Quarter, whatever that means to you. That could be the French quarter, it could be like a quarter coin, it could be like your school's on the quarter system or something like that. It could mean any other things. Maybe you use like a quarter cup of something when you're baking or like when you're feeding your pet or something like that. I don't know. Lil Sebastian. Bye bye, Lil Sebastian. Lil Sebastian is a mini horse from Parks and Rec, the TV show. He's like the town's mascot. And now that I'm thinking about it, I did say French Quarter, which is in New Orleans. New Orleans recently got like their own version of Lil Sebastian. It's a mini horse named Patches. So if any of that resonates with you, then this is your reading. Breaking Free, Zac Efron and Vanessa Hudgens high school musical. Soaring, flying, there's not a star in heaven that we can't reach. If we're trying, oh, we're breaking free, oh, breaking free. I want to keep singing that song, so that song is definitely significant. Beverly Hills and also Weezer. Beverly Hills, that's where I wanna be. Gimme, gimme. Living in Beverly Hills. So it doesn't have to be the song by Weezer. It could just be Beverly Hills in general, or it could just be Weezer in general. We're Going to Be Friends by the White Stripes. We could have somebody here who's really into like alternative music, alternative rock, stuff like that. Walk with Me, Susie Lee. through the park and by the tree. So we got A Fine Romance by Judith Sills, PhD. That's a book about courtship from meeting to marriage. Doctor Strange and Marvel. I don't know much about that, but I'm pretty sure Doctor Strange is played by Benedict Cumberbatch. I don't even know if I'm saying his name right. Houston, Texas. I guess that could also be Houston, like there's Houston Street in New York. That's where like the Soho and NoHo come from. South of Houston, north of Houston. And then we have Red Hot Chili Peppers, that's a band. So more with like the alternative rock vibe coming through. Red Hot Chili Peppers, Can't Stop is one of their songs that's coming through right now. This Lullaby by Sarah Dessen. I had a feeling that this was going to come out because when I was talking about things happening in passing, I wanted to mention like maybe you heard a song over, you know, like in the elevator or while you were waiting for something. And like that is one of the major plot points in this book. So anyway, we're moving on. I feel like sometimes I get really caught up in these. Whatever, it doesn't matter. Earrings, continuing with our alt vibe, our alternative vibe. You may have like a lot of ear piercings, or you might consider yourself, or other people might consider you to have like an alternative kind of style. This Charming Man by the Stars, which is a cover of The Smiths. So again, with the alternative rock music, but also with the like overhearing a song. So I first heard this song when I was in a Barnes and Noble, and it's just like, you know, it stuck with me ever since I Shazammed it, and it stuck with me ever since. So you may have had an experience of like that recently where you heard a song that you really liked somewhere, and now it's part of your lexicon. Rachel Bilson, or RB, Heart of Dixie. So Rachel Bilson is the star of that show. She plays a New York City doctor who moves to the South to take over a family practice. RB, those are her initials. So that could be the initials of somebody that you know or somebody important to you. Oh, I also forgot to say, since we are asking about another person, since you're asking about like their late night thoughts of you, any of these could apply to this other person as well. So like this other person might have given you a quarter, or maybe they recently went to Beverly Hills, or they might really like Weezer or something like that, you know? They could be a really big fan of the Red Hot Chili Peppers or live in Houston, things like that. Bluebird, Miranda Lambert, Charles Bukowski. I'm getting like very tongue-tied in this scenario here when I'm reading these identifiers. So this person might make you tongue-tied, or you might make them tongue-tied. I'm also thinking about that song now, Tongue-Tied by Group Love, coming through. Bluebird by Miranda Lambert is a song, and Bluebird by Charles Bukowski is a poem. We've got here throat chakra. I just told you guys I was getting tongue-tied. I knew some throat chakra stuff was coming up. So yeah, this person definitely, like, you might experience blockages in your throat, in your throat chakra when you think about them or when you talk to them, or they could have a hard time talking to you as well. What Would You Do by City High. What would you do if your son was at home, crying all alone on the bedroom floor because he's hungry? And the only way to feed him is to sleep with a man for a little bit of money, and his dad is gone, somewhere smoking rocks now, in and out of lockdown. I ain't got a job now. So for you, this is just a good time, but for me, this is what I call life. Yeah, I really had to sing that whole thing. I don't know. Maybe that applies to somebody here. Nicki Minaj, Marilyn Monroe. So obviously Marilyn Monroe is an actress, or was an actress. Nicki Minaj is a rapper. I was about to say a rap god. She has a song called Marilyn Monroe. So it could be the song, it could be Marilyn Monroe herself, it could be Nicki Minaj herself. Any of those three things could be significant to you somehow, or showed up in your life recently. Caribbean Queen, No More Love on the Run by Billy Ocean. Caribbean Queen, now we're sharing the same dream. Maybe it's living the same dream. I first heard that song on Modern Family, and now it's like part of my life, right? It's part of my lexicon. So going back to the idea of like overhearing a song that, you know, became not necessarily super important to you, but like, you know, it's part of your life now. You really like it. We have Bacon here. So that could be actually Bacon. It also could be Kevin Bacon, because that reminds me of that. It also could be that old YouTube video. I guess it's technically from Wife Swap, but they called it Fat Kid Loves Bacon, or King Curtis. And he's like, bacon is good for me. I am leaving, and you can't stop me. I used to love that video so much. It's so funny. Financial literacy. All right, so you could be getting your financial literacy game on. If so, I do have an abundance journal. It's linked down below in the description box. Go check it out. All right. It's supposed to help you on your journey towards financial literacy. Waterbenders from Avatar: The Last Airbender. ATLA. I guess also from The Legend of Korra as well. Signs by Snoop Dogg, Justin Timberlake, and Charlie Wilson. I'm not sure on what I see, just saying don't fuck with me. 'Cause I'm telling you this is a sign. Adinkra cloth or symbols, those are from Ghana. Looking in my eyes like no other guys. Key tattoo. So maybe you have a key tattoo, maybe they have a key tattoo. Maybe you're considering getting a tattoo of a key or something like that. What do we have here? Hand in My Pocket, Alanis Morissette. Yeah, I'm getting the alt vibes like very strongly. So you might have just like an alternative style or an alternative music style. That kind of situation. Chateau Marmont, Hollywood. Okay, LA coming through. Beverly Hills, Chateau Marmont, Hollywood. We love it. That also makes me think of that song Chateau by Angus and Julia Stone. I just said Julian, so Julian could be somebody's name or something. Maybe also Julius, which also makes me think of Orange Julius from the mall. I guess it's not necessarily from the mall, but they have a lot of them in malls. 8701, the album by Usher. Interessante. We've got here Clumsy by Fergie. Clumsy 'cause I'm falling in love. All right, piano. So you could play the piano. Maybe you recently saw somebody play the piano. Maybe the person you're asking about plays the piano. Or there could have been like a place called Pianos, or maybe like a piano bar. Work from Home by Fifth Harmony. That's a song. So maybe it's like the actual song itself, or maybe you like to work from home. We've got here Death Cab for Cutie. So going again with that alt energy, indie music energy, alternative rock. We have here Swing Swing by the All American Rejects. You guys, it's coming through strong, extra strong. I just wanted to say extra strong. Strong with a K. George Clooney, actor, an actor. Looking in my eyes like no other guys. That's from Signs by Snoop Dogg and JT and Charlie Wilson. Anyway, air signs: Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Got one hand in my pocket, the other one is flicking a cigarette. Good by Better Than Ezra. That's a song. It was good living with you. It was good. Okie dokie. Jamaica. That's so funny because I just said okie dokie and it was like a little Minnesotan accent and I was like, I don't know why I said it like that. And then Jamaica comes up and I usually will say that with like, I'll try to do a Jamaican accent. I'll be like, Jamaica. So maybe you have an accent or this person has an accent, or maybe you guys like to like do pretend accents together. Fall Out Boy. I'm telling you, the alt energy, pop punk energy is strong. It's strong here. You could be into that. I can see that for sure. The Show. Big Rich Town by 50 Cent featuring Joe. Okay, that's the theme song for Power. Said this is a big rich town. I just come from the poorest part. That makes me think about like living across the tracks. This is making me think about Pretty in Pink. How in that movie, Molly Ringwald was kind of like an alt girl for the 80s. She wasn't like, you know, by our standards today, she wasn't like, you know, e-girl, alt girl, goth girl or anything like that. But she definitely like, you know, she made her own clothes and she was, you know, from the wrong side of the tracks and she fell in love with that guy. I think his name was like Blaine or Blake or something. But then like her friend Ducky was also like really alternative. Yeah, it's giving that vibe. Sewing kit. Maybe, oh my God, didn't I just talk about Molly Ringwald's character making her own clothes? I did. Maybe you like to make your own clothes. Maybe that's like a thing for you. Or you could just be into like mending things. Privacy. Your privacy could be very important to you. I don't know why I said important like that. I'm in a weird, silly mood today, you guys. We've got Vietnam here. So you could be from Vietnam, your family could be from Vietnam, you might have just recently visited Vietnam, maybe this person's family is from Vietnam, or maybe they just visited Vietnam. Somebody could have just like Vietnamese ancestry, or maybe you guys went and ate Vietnamese food, I don't know. Sex and the City, iconic HBO show, starring Sarah Jessica Parker as Carrie Bradshaw, and others. I want to say Kristen Davis as Charlotte. I feel like she doesn't get mentioned enough. Keke Palmer. Baby, that's Keke Palmer. You know that like meme on Twitter where people would be like, excuse me, can you take this down? That's my sister. She got hit by a metro train. And then people would be like, baby, that's Keke Palmer. Bless the Hearts. That was an animated TV show. Kristen Wiig and Maya Rudolph were some of the voice actresses for that. We've got Honey by Kuka, the Medicine remix. Oh, I love that song. Forgot about that song. There's a silence that goes between us, and I know it's because of me. And you echo with your indifference. Okay, but I think I know you better than that. I owe you apologies. Sorry, guys. My voice is not on its tippy-top shape right now, but anyway. Tea ceremony. So you could be really into tea. You might have like a tea ritual. This is supposed to be Chinese tea ceremony, but it could just be like you having a tea party, or you have tea every morning or something like that. We've got here pineapple. Do they have pineapple tea? I don't know. That also makes me think about like fine apple, or like, you know, when black girls will wear their hair in like a curly bun on the top of their head, and it's like, we call it the pineapple, but people will say it's like a fine apple because you look fine. Helena, My Chemical Romance. There we go. So yeah, that alt energy coming through strong. You guys are about to see a little editing magic. But yeah, Clumsy by Fergie. This is making me think that you could just be clumsy yourself. You might just have a clumsy streak, or this person that you're thinking of or that you're asking about could be clumsy. All right, guys, let me go and write these all down in my tarot journal. Speaking of tarot journals, I made one for y'all, so feel free to go check that out. It's also listed in the description box below with the abundance journal. So yeah, I'm gonna go write these down in my tarot journal, and I will see you guys in just a second for the reading. Hey there, pile 2. Welcome to your reading. This is the part with the cards. Welcome, welcome. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel. But anyway, we're going to take the tarot out first. We're going to find out a little bit more about the actual situation, the connection between the two of you, and then we'll look at this card, and then we'll get into their late night thoughts about you. Nice. We're going to do a third deck for the late night thoughts. So yeah, let's see. Spirit, what can you tell us about pile 2 and the person that they're asking about? What can you tell us about their connection? Guides, angels, benevolent ancestors, higher self, thank you for joining us for this pile 2 reading. All right, so we got here the Knight of Wands. Okay, interesting. We've also got that's the Justice card in the reverse. We have the High Priestess. We've got the Four of Wands in reverse. We've got the Nine of Swords in reverse. All right, so remember to take what resonates and leave the rest, and not every single part of what I am about to say has to apply to you, okay? So for some of you guys, you could have met this person in a bar. For some of you guys, you could have been on a date with this person, and it's possible that the date could have gone better. I'm not going to say the date didn't go well, but I'm going to say it could have gone better. I think that you intuitively had some sort of feeling about this person. Yeah, we have here the 5 of Pentacles. You intuitively had some sort of feeling about this person. You could have known them in a past life. That's definitely possible. And this person, like maybe even going out with them or getting to know them, has helped you to get over some sort of fear or over some sort of insecurity about yourself. Let me just rearrange these real quick, give us a little bit more space. We have here the World card in the reverse. Yeah, interesting. One or both of you could be working on your finances. We did get financial literacy that came out, and we have the 5 of coins here. So one of you or both of you could be kind of getting over a hard time financially. That could have been like loss of a job, or maybe getting out of debt, or just working on trying to upskill your life, something like that. All right, yeah, so we had financial literacy come out in our identifiers, and we also had quarter come out. So I'm wondering if there is, you know, money could be an issue here. I'll say that. Take that however it may resonate for you. Money could be an issue here. I'm also thinking about that, like, what was it called? The red light challenge or whatever, where the girls were standing in the doorway and they had the red light on and they were showing like their silhouettes and stuff. This is making me think of that because there's like, you can see her silhouette of her body through that like black gauze or that black sheer thing that she has on. What else can you tell me about this connection between pile 2 and the person that they're asking about? All right, we have here the 8 of Cups. Somebody may have chosen to walk away from this connection. We've got the Chariot here, moving forward, being independent. We've got the 6 of Wands here, possibly maybe just deciding to be friends. And then we also have the Knight of Swords. Interesting. I feel like there could have started off with like a lot of attraction in this scenario, and maybe one of the other people found out that like maybe somebody wasn't doing so well financially and decided to just be friends. Yeah, we got the Page of Cups here, which is like a friendship card. Or maybe it was like just like a getting to know you type of thing, where they were like, yeah, let's go on a date and see how it goes, and the date could have gone better, and you guys just, you know, decided to leave it off as friends, possibly. We have here the Magician in the reverse as well. Yeah, I kind of feel like there was just a missing piece. It was like something was missing, you know? I'm getting that from this, but also literally from this. It's like the piece of the puzzle is not all the way in there yet. So I feel like there was just something missing. That's making me think of that song called Something's Missing by John Mayer. I like the end part where he's like, friends, check. Okay. So that whole batteries thing is making me think that somebody could spend a lot of time self-pleasuring, doing their self-indulgence, if you catch my drift. Whether or not they're thinking about you or whether or not that is you has yet to be determined. Let's find out. Is there anything else from this deck that we need? All right, so we're gonna leave this tarot. We're not gonna get any more cards, and we're going to interpret. Let's see what we can find. All right, so the first thing that I'm noticing is that we've got a couple of cherubs here, and then we have a couple of cherubs here. I'm gonna just do something. This is not, I'm just gonna cover these up. It's not because it's like actual nudity, but it's like the way that the puzzle pieces are cut, it makes it look a little naughty. Sorry guys, my camera died, but anyway. Yeah. I feel like you guys may have matched better on an intellectual level than you did on like an emotional level. And these cherubs here just make me feel like there is an immaturity to certain things. Like there could be like, somebody might describe it as maybe like puppy love or something like that, or just maybe one of the people in the connection has more of an immature kind of aura to them. Somebody could have like an anger issue, possible anger problems with this Knight of Swords here in the reverse. And then also this Nine of Swords here in reverse is making me think about like bullying, the way that it is set up like that. You know, it's like making fun of someone. Somebody might have had like a, you know, they might like try and tease as flirting, but then like the teasing actually just comes off as mean, you know? I think from the beginning the interest was not quite equal, you know? It was kind of just like, okay, you know, let's see how it goes. And then it didn't go super well. Is what I'm getting. I do think that you guys could have like a successful friendship though. One person in the connection may be seen or perceived as being kind of like brutally honest, very independent, possibly like a screw loose is maybe a way that some people might describe them. And then I'm also thinking about like just like not using all their resources well, not using their time well, not using, you know, it seems like they have a certain amount of, there's like some certain amount of like, there's something beneficial in their life that they're not using to its fullest, that they could be using better if they knew what to do with it. Somebody could still be getting over like a long-term heartbreak or a long-term crush is how I'll be putting this. One person in the connection may have wanted to try and move things too fast, like move too quickly. And the other person might not have been down with that and was like, let's slow it down and just be friends for now. You know, and just like, we'll plant some seeds and we'll see what happens later on. Okay. I get the feeling that somebody was just like, you know, let's try our luck here. Let's just see if maybe we can get lucky. They may not have wanted anything super serious. They may have just wanted to try and get lucky. Now I'm thinking about that song by Daft Punk and Pharrell, Get Lucky. So that song could have some sort of meaning to you as well. All right, let's see what this card has to say. This card says, rediscovering myself. My true self is showing up more and more. Who I am and what I do is confirmed day after day. Yeah, this is giving the whole friendship vibe that I was talking about before. And it was also giving like the immaturity vibe. And I talked about in the identifiers that there's kind of like an alternative kind of vibe here. And like this girl, she has this like quarter sleeve situation going on. She's got a little tattoo on her arm. So that could be for a message for somebody as well. But and I'm not saying anything about people with tattoos being immature. I'm not saying anything like that at all. I have plenty of tattoos. I'm not saying that. Don't get offended. Don't take it the wrong way. But yeah, this is the whole thing about like my true self is showing up more and more, right? Like this person, whatever happened between you and this person that you're asking about, one person wanted to slow things down, to take more time to try and get to know each other. And like I said, plant some seeds and see how things go. And how who I am and what I do is confirmed day after day. They want to see consistency. They want to see that this person is not here just to hit it and quit it, but that they are going to be a consistent force in this person's life and that you guys can build something off of a friendship first, maybe, or a friendship just in general. Okay. So consistency here is going to be the name of the game. And I do wonder if one person in this connection has difficulty with that because they have some sort of like poverty of the heart. They also may not have a lot of resources to put into this connection at this time. And they may be focusing on trying to, you know, get their own shit together. So they might be like, I don't have time to be friends. But it's like, if you don't have time to be friends, you don't really have time to have a relationship. You don't really have time to have a relationship, you know? So yeah, interesting. The way that she is, like, it almost looks like she's like kneeling down, like she's crouching and like she's got her hands together. Some people could say that it looks like she's praying. I also feel like this could be one of those, it's almost like an exasperated stance. You know, it's like when somebody like puts their fingers toward their temple and they're like, oh my goodness, oh my goodness. It seems like there's some frustration here. That's the vibe that I'm getting from this picture, is actually like frustration, and it's like pleading, like there's a pleading going on, like please can you just do what I asked you to do, or like can you just listen to me, or something like that, right? I definitely feel like one person in this connection is very argumentative and maybe even like won't let the other person get a word in edgewise kind of scenario. This could have been like you guys went out on a date and somebody just talked about themselves the entire time. Didn't ask any questions about the other person. Just, you know, showed up and wanted to talk about themselves or commandeer the connection. Somebody in this connection could be kind of like, I don't know how to say this. I was about to say like living in somebody's shadow, but then I wanted to say like a shadow person. I don't even know what a shadow person is. Maybe there's somebody who lives in the shadows, but we're getting like a lot of shadow. Somebody could be trying to like in need of some shadow work, okay? But there's a lot of shadows here. We've got this shadow here. This person, like the shadow is like hiding their face in this card. She's got this like dark veil situation going over most of her body, right? In this one, we've got somebody literally in another person's shadow, right? And then in this card here, I don't know if you guys can see, but there's like the shadow of the hand coming down from the top right corner, or top left corner, excuse me. And yeah, I kind of just feel like somebody feels overshadowed by another person in their life, or they just have a lot of shadow work to do before they're actually like ready to be in a meaningful relationship. And yeah, I definitely get that somebody has like a my way or the highway kind of attitude when it comes to either dating in general or this connection more specifically. Somebody might like wearing black pants. Since we've got black on the bottom here, we've also got her wearing, sorry guys. We got this girl here wearing black pants too. Somebody might really like to wear black pants. All right, let's go ahead and see their late night thoughts about you. What are their late night thoughts about Pile 2? So Pile 2 is asking about a person. What is that person's late night thoughts about Pile 2? What are they thinking about Pile 2 late at night? I just wanted to say sexy, sexy. Nothing feels better than this in the reverse. Interesting. What the person that Pile 2 is thinking of, what are their thoughts about Pile 2? Seduced in the reverse. I'm gonna wait and I'm gonna get a few more cards. Okay, I guess not. I guess I'm gonna say what I'm thinking right now. Yeah, there is a lack of attraction here, or at least like a lack of proper attraction here. I already talked about like the potential rejection or kind of like demotion, downgrade of the relationship. And oh, look at that. We got perfect match. Interesting. All right, I'm trying to figure out where this is trying to go. He's not what you think, sis. Okay. All right. Okay. Thank you. I needed this extra card because this perfect match was confusing me. I was confused. Here's what I'm going to say. This person may be on the down low, or they may be exploring their sexuality in different ways that you're not aware of. They may be trying to use you as a beard. They may have like a secret double life that you don't know about. And I know that this is supposed to be like, what are they thinking about you late at night? And I kind of feel like they're thinking about how you guys can present this like perfect, like fake facade towards the world. Okay. And we've got here like the picture of Mr. and Mrs. Smith, played by Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie, who in both cases, so in the movie, these two characters were spies who were also like assassins, and they were married to each other as their like code names, or what's the word that I'm thinking of? Their cover identities were like married to each other, and so like neither the other knew that the other one was a spy, but they also were assigned each other as targets. So like when they were assassins, they were assigned like they had to kill each other, but they actually like really like loved each other or something. I don't really know. I don't remember the plot of that movie super well, but I'm pretty sure that's it. But even in real life, so okay, in the movie they had this like perfect couple facade, and everybody was just like, oh, Mr. and Mrs. Smith, you guys are so great. But nobody knew that they were spies. Nobody knew they were assassins. And, you know, they didn't ever share that information with anybody. And there was like all this like brutality and stuff going on inside their house because they were trying to kill each other, because that was their assignment. And nobody would have ever known, right? So this is like about what goes on behind closed doors. And even in real life, Brad and Angelina, a lot of people thought for a long time that they were this great couple, and then all this like news came out that there was brutality behind closed doors. So this person, like I said, they could have a violent streak. They could have like issues with being even like verbally abusive, with this Knight of Swords here in the reverse, and also this Nine of Swords here in reverse. They might only be happy when somebody is in their shadow, when they feel like they are like the powerful person in there. And I think when they feel like they're seduced, it makes them feel weak. I think that they also see being in love as like a weakness. And I know we have this in love card here, and I'm trying to do that card justice. But we also have beef here. There we go. I knew it. So yeah, Mr. and Mrs. Smith, if you haven't seen that movie, you might want to watch it, because those two characters, like the catch was that they actually did love each other. Like after being married, they actually did like fall in love with each other, but they had beef because their assignments were to kill each other, right? So there's a lot of like back and forth feelings here. I feel like this person is not who you think that they are. They have some sort of like hidden personality, and also there is some like hidden anger there, and there's also some possibly like jealous feelings towards you or towards your scenario, an attempt to get him. That just makes me think getting out of those clothes. And then it says here, he got you all fucked up, sis, in reverse. And this is two more people who have a famous beef. Mariah Carey and Nicki Minaj. They had famous beef dating all the way back to when they were at their American Idol days. I don't know why I find this so funny. I just do. Let's see what else comes out. We've got pulled over. We've got hot drama. And then we have hiding pain behind the shades. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, this person, I think that they love you, or they think that they love what you could do for them. But they also, it's like they only love you when you appear to be weak or broken. And they could try to kind of like put you in that state. And pulled over here, like making me go with this Chariot card. It's like they're trying to move really fast and then like things kind of got detoured or got pulled over. And they, I think, would prefer to have the drama because it makes them, like, it makes their pain go away. All right, I'm not gonna lie, I'm getting like weird vibes from this scenario. I'm getting weird vibes because we're just kind of seeing that this person not only has like potential anger issues and could be seen as like a bully in some instances, but just the way that like these cards are coming out. So if you guys know anything about Sally from The Nightmare Before Christmas, she is this rag doll who's like created by this doctor who basically keeps her like locked up. Like he keeps a very, very close eye on her. He always has her like under his thumb, under lock and key. She runs away all the time, but he always like gets her back and like comes after her and stuff. And I feel like this person's late night thoughts about you, they really, like, they want you around them to the point where they would do weird stuff. Weird stuff. Like, I am definitely getting that this person, I don't want to say that this person is dangerous because here's the thing. This is a thoughts reading. This is not an actions reading. Okay? So like people think stuff, that doesn't mean that they're going to do it. All right? So I'm not trying to like scare anybody. I'm not trying to like say that anybody's going to do anything. I'm not over here like, you're in danger, you know? But this person definitely has like weird thoughts. They could have like, some of them could just be like fantasies and kinks, you know? Like people sometimes have like a kidnapping kink where they're the ones getting kidnapped. Like they fantasize about themselves getting kidnapped, right? I don't know that that's what's going on here, but there's just like this idea of like very extreme possessiveness going on here. And I think it's because, you know, they like took a gamble. You guys probably like had some sort of more superficial type of relationship, and I think that they wanted something more and didn't get it. And now they have just like this fantasy where it's like, you're mine. You're mine, right? And that's like the fantasy that they have because they failed to seduce you. They failed to seduce you in the way that was more genuine. So they would rather resort to disingenuous ways, or at least they fantasize about it. They think about it. I'm sorry. I don't mean to laugh. I don't know why this is like, it's not funny to me. It is amusing though. I'll say that. It's amusing. They really like your chest. Whether you're male or female, they're very into the chest area that you have, whether it's large or small. It doesn't really matter, but they are into it. They like it. Possibly also the neck and the chest and the shoulders. I'm seeing that for sure. Maybe also the nose and the lips. They think about those too. They imagine like going to the movies with you, or like just watching a movie with you, maybe like a Netflix and chill kind of situation. And also like ripping off your clothes. Yeah, that's amusing to me. But yeah, they think about that, ripping off the clothes. And especially like revealing like the cleavage or the chest and shoulders area. The way that I'm seeing it is just like so dramatic. It's like, like the buttons popping everywhere. Oh, it's so funny. I think that they imagine also like that there's like a lot of sexual tension between you guys, where it's like, you know how people, it's like enemies to lovers, that kind of trope in a romance novel where people are yelling at each other and their faces get really close and then all of a sudden they just want to kiss. That's the vibes that I'm getting right now. So you guys definitely could have like an argumentative kind of vibe just in general. I'm thinking about like this girl's position here where she's like, oh my God. Can you please just listen to me? Or can you please just shut up? Yeah, definitely like an argumentative type of vibe here for sure. Pearl necklace coming through. If you know, you know. Am I allowed to say that? I'm allowed to say that. I'm allowed to say that. We have it here and we have it here. There's definitely like a vibe of like degradation also going on here too. They think about like, they could have a degradation kink, whether that is them degrading you or you degrading them, but I think it's more them degrading you in this scenario. So I'm going to amend something that I said earlier where I was talking about how they could have like, they could be like on the down low or something like that. It doesn't have to be in terms of sexuality. It could just be in terms of like the things that they believe. They may have some kind of unconventional beliefs. I don't know if unconventional is really the right word because I feel like more and more people think about these kinds of things these days. They could just have some like maybe possibly like misogynistic beliefs, or you wouldn't expect them to feel so strongly the way that they do about gender roles, gender dynamics and stuff like that. And they may kind of like hide their true beliefs. They may present more like they believe, you know, in like equality and stuff between the sexes, but really they are not really about that in actual practice. Yeah. So I'm thinking about the movie Don't Worry, Darling, and how that movie's been out for a while. If you haven't seen it, I would suggest seeing it. You know, it was enjoyable. It was enjoyable, but there was this whole situation where it was like the husband, nobody really was who they portrayed themselves to be in that movie is a part of it, and that's like, he's not what you think, sis. And then also there was the whole idea about like getting sucked into like an online kind of almost like an online cult or like brainwashing community, like the manosphere kind of situation, like the red pill people. And you know, what happens in cyberspace, what happens on people's phones, what happens on people's computers, like the rest of us don't know what's going on there unless you're like literally checking their stuff all the time, you know? And I kind of feel like this person has like a secret online group or belief system or something like that that you would not really know about just based on like interacting with them in real life. Like this person, just imagine, this is an example. It's not really like, I won't say it's not the right example. I guess it's a right example for somebody, but imagine that like you meet this, you know, really hot dude or this really hot girl, and then you find out that they have a secret life online where they're like a Twitter troll and they just go around trolling people for fun, right? And like you wouldn't expect them to do that or to be that type of person. Same thing where it's like this person is really active on like 4chan or something like that, right? You just wouldn't expect it from this person, but it turns out that they do kind of like have that secret activity going on, and some not super healthy beliefs when it comes to gender roles between men and women specifically. And if this is a same-sex relationship, then it would have to do more with like them and their feelings about dominance and submission and just like egotisticalness and narcissism and stuff like that. So yeah. All right, so something that I'm noticing right now is that we've got 2 cards that say sis on them. Like, he got you all fucked up, sis, and he's not what you think, sis. Okay, so the first thing that I thought of when I saw that was like, okay, sis obviously is short for sister. The way that this one is spelled, S-I-S. But it's not like this person thinks of you as their sister. I know that I said that you guys could have like decided to be friends, or at least be friends for now, or whatever. But I still think that that's just weird, because there are sexual feelings here, but there's not, or there's like love feelings. I think that this person like appreciates certain qualities that you have, certain physical qualities that you have, certain sexual qualities that you have. Because they know what it looks like on the outside. But I don't think that they may not themselves be personally seduced by those qualities. Like, everybody knows that a girl who has big boobs has big boobs. Like, everybody knows it. And that is generally thought of as like a good thing, right? Or a sexy thing. And so even, for example, a gay man could recognize that a woman having huge boobs is a sexy thing. That doesn't mean that he's sexually attracted to the boobs. He just knows that they're sexy, right? And so the cis here could be talking about like you guys having a non-sexual relationship. But also what it made me think of was like CIS, cis. And so it does make me think that there is potential. Obviously, this is not for everybody. This is for specific people. Some sort of something potentially trans. It's also making me think of cis, like CIS. And so this person could be having a like a sexual or gender identity confusion or question about themselves. It doesn't have to be confusion, I guess, because they could have clarity. They could just be hiding it, so that's a possibility, especially since we do have hiding pain behind the shades. So yeah. Okay, I want to get the tarot. Actually, I'm not gonna get the tarot. I'm gonna get this deck, because I want you guys to clarify. Spirit, please clarify the cis portion. What is that? What is the cis? Why do we have cis here? What's that about? Busting out the receipts in the reverse. This person might like think about like gossiping with you, especially with like hot drama. Hold up, this shit is good. They might like think about gossiping with you late at night. That's so funny. That's like hilarious. That's so funny to me. I was kind of wondering like what this card was doing here, but I guess that's true. That's so funny. Yeah, so all right. With that being in the reverse, it does kind of make me think that the things that they say are not necessarily like, they don't have any evidence, or they don't have like, they're not fully true, but I think that and that could also go to like the idea of like playing mind games, like spreading false rumors in order to get you to think something, but I'm not getting that energy super strong, so that must just be for just like 1 or 2 people. But yeah, I think that they just enjoy talking shit and gossiping with you. I think that they think it's fun and they have fun doing it. I do think like being your friend is rewarding to them. Whether that is because it is like, it ups their stature and their status in some way to be seen with you and to be considered in proximity to you, but I think also like on a personal level, they do get some sort of, I guess, pleasure out of being near you. So, yeah. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like this video. Let me know in the comments what's going on with you and this person. I'm very curious who this person is to you. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye. Hey there, pile 3. Welcome, welcome. This is the identifiers portion of your reading. If you're interested in skipping over this, if you already feel very confident that this reading is for you and you don't need the identifiers, then there's another timestamp down below labeled pile 3 reading that you can use, and it will take you straight to the part with the cards. But for those of you who just want extra confirmation after you've done your little meditation to choose your pile, then let's go ahead and get into it. So thank you so much for being here first and foremost. I'm super appreciative of you guys. I'm the Empress of Fortune. If you're not a subscriber, if you're not already part of our tarot family, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. We have a lot of fun over here. I promise you won't regret it. It also does make you and I more connected so that I can feel your energy and interpret your energy more accurately and succinctly in my readings. So go ahead and go for it. Anyway, also like the video, hit the little thumbs up. If you've never been here before, the way that these identifiers work is that at least one of them should be really familiar to you, really significant to you somehow, or it could have shown up in your life in like the past couple of days, just like in passing. So yeah, let's see. Spirit, pile 3, my pile 3 people. I'm also going to say that since we are asking about another person's thoughts, it could be significant to that person, like what you know about them. So yeah, Spirit, pile 3. Who's in pile 3? We're talking about their late night thoughts about pile 3. So there's another person here, but we want to know about pile 3, something to let them know that this reading is in fact for them. Who's in pile 3? Who are my pile 3 people? Since there is another person involved, like I said, it could be significant to them. So like, let's say that like a musician comes out and it is the person you're thinking of. It's like their favorite musician, or you guys went to that concert together, or you heard a song by this musician while you guys were last together a few days ago or something like that. So anybody else in pile 3? Anybody else in pile 3? All right. Let's get it poppin'. Let's get it poppin'. This is so funny that I'm about to mention this, but anyway, so I am also a DJ, and I just made this mix, and I'm pretty sure Get It Poppin' was in there. I'll link it down below for any of you guys who are interested in hearing it, but it's funny. Water signs, Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. We've got 1894 by Amber Mark. That's a song. So like for water signs, you could be a water sign. You could have Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces in your big 3, meaning your sun, moon, and rising. I'll even throw Venus in there. Or the person that you're asking about could have that. 1894, maybe you heard that song. Maybe you really like that song. Maybe the person that you're asking about really likes that song and they introduced you to it or something. Nick Miller from New Girl. Nick Miller. All right, what's next? We've got Satsuma. That is a citrus fruit. Maybe it's also like the name of a restaurant or something. Wild Thornberries. That's a TV show. It's an animated Nicktoon about a family that like travels all over the world, and one of the daughters can talk to animals. Carrie. That's supposed to be Stephen King. Carrie. Like the one where the girl's psychic and then like the people put the pig's blood on her or whatever. Chess. Could be really into chess. The person you're asking about could be really into chess. Maybe you played chess recently, or you heard somebody talking about chess, or you saw somebody playing chess like in a TV show or something that you watched the last couple days. Hyphy by Federation. That's a song. Funnily enough, that song was also in the mix that I was just talking about when I said Get It Poppin'. That song was also in there. So go listen to my mix, you guys. The link is down below. That's so funny. Sufjan Stevens, musician. This person that you're asking about could just like be really into music, since I keep mentioning music and a few songs and musicians have come out. They might really be into music, or they could be a musician themselves. Here we go, DJ Tambi. I'm telling you, the DJ thing is coming through. It's coming through. But DJ Tambi is a tattoo artist, and he is on Ink Master. He got famous from Ink Master. You may know him from Ink Master. He's won 3 times and most recently returned as a judge. But Ink Master in general could just be significant somehow. It doesn't specifically have to be DJ Tambi. Maurice Sendak, illustrator, children's book author and illustrator. Brushing teeth. Maybe you just brushed your teeth, or maybe you and the person that you're asking about like brushed your teeth together recently or something. I don't know. Build-A-Bear. That's a place, usually it's at the mall, where people go and they make bears or like stuffed animals. You can make one to your specifications. Escape by Enrique Iglesias. You can run, you can hide, but you can't escape my love. Okay, what's next? 18 or 81, either of those. 81 really wants to come out right now, so I'm going to leave it like that. We've got Drew Barrymore by SZA. That's a song. Is it warm enough for you outside, baby? Casino by Houndmouth. That's another song. We've got Diamond. So that could be the actual gemstone. Could refer to an engagement. Also, there was a diamond on season 1 of Love is Blind. So maybe you recently watched that, or maybe your name is Diamond, or you know somebody named Diamond, or something like that. We've got here rooftop pool. So maybe you have a rooftop pool, or maybe you recently went to a rooftop pool, or you have plans to go in the next few days. Bon Iver, AUATC, that stands for Ate Up All Their Cake. Flight 99, Taku, Matt McWaters, and Masego. You can run, you can hide, but you can't escape my love. Mugler. Picture by Sheryl Crow and Kid Rock. It's a duet country song. We Used to Be Friends by the Dandy Warhols. That's another song. It's also the theme song for Veronica Mars, the TV show. If I Were You. That's a movie. It's a movie where this lady like finds out that her husband is cheating on her, and then like she ends up meeting the mistress, and they become friends, and they like help each other make decisions about their lives. Permission by Ro James. So that's a song. And funnily enough, in If I Were You, because the two women were helping each other like make decisions about their lives, they each had to ask permission like before they did anything. They would like consult each other, like, what should I do about this? Can I do this? Can I do that? Blah, blah, blah. I don't remember how long the period was. It might have been like a week or 2 weeks or something like that they had this pact, but like they had a pact. Drummer. Okay, so you could be a drummer. The person could be a drummer. Maybe even just like they drum on the table with their fingers a lot, like nervous tick or something like that. Summertime in Paris by Jaden and Willow Smith. That also could be like maybe somebody spent summertime in Paris, but that's a song. We have here Digging My Grave, Lady Gaga, Bradley Cooper, A Star Is Born. Digging my. I want to say, like, you may have collaborated with this person in some capacity, like a collab energy is coming through pretty strongly. In that movie, A Star Is Born, Lady Gaga's character and Bradley Cooper's character, they collaborate. Picture by Sheryl Crow and Kid Rock, like that's a duet, so it's a collaboration, obviously. But yeah, it's coming through. I guess even you could say the whole If I Were You situation was kind of a collaboration as well. And so is Flight 99 by Taku, Matt McWaters, and Masego. Gardenias, those are types of flowers. Oh, Jaden and Willow, that's a collaboration too. So, a collab. Return of the Mac by Mark Morrison. Return of the Mac once again. The Gambler by Kenny Rogers. Yeah, there's a lot of music coming out here. You can run, you can hide, but you can't escape my love. That's Enrique Iglesias' Escape, so that song is coming through very strongly. You might have... I knew Kelsey Ballerini. I knew her vibe was coming out because when I talked about Picture, I was like, that's a country song. And then I wanted to say, that also makes me think of a country song by Kelsey Ballerini. The song is literally called A Country Song. But I felt like I had mentioned that in Pile 1. And so I didn't want to mention it again here. I don't know if I actually did because I'm filming on a different day. But yeah, Kelsey Ballerini coming through, Hole in the Bottle. And also a country song. Cause I wanna write a country song when nothing's gentle on my mind. Splinter by Spill Tab. I'm not gonna brave the winter and wear us than to say we did. Neon by John Mayer. Yeah, there's a lot of music coming out here. The Players Club. That is a movie. And isn't her name... Yeah, it is Diamond. Like, okay, so the main character, her name is Diana. And she goes by Diamond at the club. So she is like a student, but she decides to work as a stripper to help pay for college. And her stripper name is Diamond. So the strip club could be coming through here as well. And then we've got here blackberries. Those are fruits, but it also makes me think of like BlackBerry phones. Last but not least, we've got Company by Drake featuring Travis Scott. So yeah, that makes me also think about the strip club because it's like, I need some company. Why do people go to the strip club? Because they want some company, obviously. Duh. Sorry guys, I don't know why I'm acting like that. Anyway, I'm gonna go write these down in my tarot journal and I'll see you guys in a minute. If you're interested in getting your own tarot journal, the link is down below in the description box, along with my abundance journal. So go take a look at those and my mix that I was talking about before too. All right, let me go write these down in my tarot journal and I'll see you guys in a second. Hey there, Pile 3. Welcome to your reading. If you chose the third card, then let's go ahead and get into it. We're going to get the tarot out first. Then we will talk about this card, and then we will go into a third deck, which will help describe their late night thoughts of you. But yeah, these tarot cards, let's like get insight into the connection first, and then we'll go into their late night thoughts. Spirit, please connect me with all of Pile 3 and the people that they're asking about, their guides, angels, benevolent ancestors, higher selves. Let's do this. Tell us about the connection between Pile 3 and the person that they're asking about, the person on their mind. We're talking about their late night thoughts about Pile 3, so we need to find out who this is. Who are we talking about? Oh, there's a card. We have here the Emperor in reverse. That could be Aries energy. This person could have kind of like a domineering kind of like attitude or presence. We have here the Queen of Cups. Pretty sure that's the Queen. The Queen of Cups here in reverse. This could be somebody with mommy issues. Or who maybe has trouble taking care of themselves sometimes. We've got here the Nine of Swords in reverse. That just gives me more of the domineering energy. Dealing with some sort of insecurity. We have the King of Swords here. They're very smart, intellectual, analytical, logical. They might think that they're smarter than everybody else. They don't really appreciate or like being emotional or being seen as emotional. They might not be super in touch with their own emotions. We've got here the Empress. I find that to be very interesting that we have the Queen of Cups and the Empress here. We've also got the this is the Wheel of Fortune. Let's see. I'm trying to find out if that's in the reverse or not. I can't tell. Maybe another card will come up later that will give me some insight on that. We've also here got the Ace of Swords in reverse. This person may not, yeah, they don't really like to open up. They may not like to share their thoughts. Definitely don't seem like they like to share their feelings. They might be a writer of some kind that could be into winter sports or snowboarding. They might be pretty lucky. We did get the Gambler coming out, so they could be into gambling, which could also include, that could include like traditional gambling, like at the casino. We also got Casino. Casino came out too, actually. So yeah, the gambling energy is pretty strong here. They could also be into like sports betting, like poker, you know, even like street gambling, like 3-card Monte, just doing any kind of like bets, roulette, of course, blackjack, that kind of thing. Maybe they're into like counting cards or something. We have this is the Death card. So yeah, this is in the upright. This is in the upright, but yeah, okay, we have the Death card here. This person, I'm wondering if they even had like a near-death experience at some point in their life. Or like a rock bottom kind of situation or scenario. Anything else, Spirit, that wants to come out? Okay. We got here the Seven of Wands in reverse. Okay, so I am getting kind of like a wishful thinking kind of scenario here, so bear with me. I don't know. Some of you guys may not have spoken to this person in a while, especially with the Ace of Swords here in the reverse. I would not be surprised if that was the case, and I'm kind of getting the idea that this person may have like kind of changed pretty dramatically from when you last saw them or met them, or spoke to them. I'm getting that like with this Wheel of Fortune, it was like this like, and also the Empress, it's like this like benevolence. I guess also this King of Swords could be lumped in there. It seems like there's like these kind of like negative cards here, or like negatively aspected cards here, and then we have like these 3 cards that kind of like come in and turn things around, and there could be like a period of no contact with you, but this person has really changed and they're just like not as defensive as they used to be, or they're not as maybe like argumentative as they used to be, or they're not as like stringent as they used to be is the word, as selfish as they used to be. We have the Queen of Pentacles here in reverse. It's a lot of cards. Okay, I guess we'll take them. Let's see, what do we have? We've got the Nine of Cups in reverse. We've got the Nine of Pentacles here. Six of Pentacles, excuse me. We've got the Five of Wands in reverse, and then the Five of Cups. Interesting, two fives right next to each other. And then we have the Page of Cups in reverse. We've got the Page of Swords in reverse. And last but not least, we've got the Knight of Cups in reverse. I feel like this person has done a lot of work on themselves since you last knew them, or since you last spoke to them, because I am kind of getting the vibe that you may not be super close with this person anymore. Like the relationship may not have had a lot of nurturing recently, but they still have some sort of like monkey on their back. And I wouldn't be surprised if it was some sort of addiction. It doesn't have to be a gambling addiction. It could be any kind of addiction, but I wouldn't be surprised if they still had some kind of like monkey on their back. And I feel like they're struggling with it. Some of these people could be like, I want to use the word like in remission. I know that people typically use that about like cancer and stuff. I don't know if people say that like an addiction is in remission. I know that they usually just say that they're sober. I don't know if people say that, like, let's say it was like a gambling addiction or a sports betting addiction. Like, does somebody say when they stopped they're sober? I don't feel like that's, I don't know if that's the right language. If you know, let me know in the comments. I don't know what that's about, but I am getting like the idea that it's like it's a daily struggle here with this Five of Wands in reverse. It's like they've beaten it, but like just barely, and they still have to fight. I'm also hearing like luchador, like fighter, fighting. Like that makes me also think about like boxing. You know, that's like wrestling, like Mexican wrestling and stuff. Bullfighting. We have this Five of Cups here, and there's like a level of disappointment, but I also feel like because we have this beautiful like meadow and pasture of sunflowers on here, it's like they're able to see, I don't even want to say the silver lining, but they're able to see like the beauty in the sadness or the beauty in the disappointment and things like that. If this person did you wrong somehow, they're not ready to apologize. Even though they probably know that they owe you an apology, they're not ready to apologize. So like, okay, let's say another example. And of course, you know, take what resonates and leave the rest. But let's say that this person is in like a 12-step program or something like that. You know, like Alcoholics Anonymous or Narcotics Anonymous or whatever. There is a step, I believe, in the 12 steps where they have to like go and like make amends with people, and they have to like, you know, apologize to all the people that they've hurt and stuff. And you would probably be on that list. They're not ready to apologize to you. Or maybe they don't believe that they hurt you bad enough for you to be on that list. Maybe you think that you would be on that list. Maybe you're like, you definitely did me dirty. But this person, they don't have the emotional intelligence or the discipline. Like they don't have the wherewithal in order to be able to do that quite yet. They could be watching you on social media. They could be heavily relying on somebody else to kind of like tell them what to do and how to get through this. Because again, this does seem like it's like a daily struggle for them. And if they were to come forward towards you, it would either be like insincere or it would be like a bad deal. It's like they don't have much to offer you other than an apology, and the apology probably wouldn't even be sincere anyway because they still have all this other work that they need to do on themselves before they can get there. So yeah, that's kind of what I'm seeing right now. I know it was kind of vague, but I feel like it was specific enough that you would know if this was, you know, the person that I was talking about for you. I feel like they finally like got their head straight after a long time, and they're being like overly disciplined to the point where it's like they are not able to be in touch with their feelings. Like, they're not able to... I don't know if this person has kids or not. If they do, they're probably not the best parent. They're probably not like the most, and that's not to say they don't take care of their child, but like emotionally, they're probably not the most like nurturing parent. They could be very, like I said, domineering, controlling is coming through as well. And they could also have, I did mention earlier, like mommy issues. I guess they could have daddy issues as well. They might have issues with their own parents that they're still trying to work through, feelings of inadequacy and stuff like that. This person also could potentially suffer from like insomnia and staying up all night or staying up really late at night, not getting enough sleep. But yeah, this person I think used to be really defensive, and they've started to work through those feelings and kind of figure out why that is. And I think that they're working on kind of like letting that fall to the wayside, and they really want to like become a new and better version of themselves. They do. And I almost wanted to say like for you. I don't think it is for you. You could have inspired them in some way, and maybe they do have this like dream that in the future something could happen between you guys. But I don't know if they think it's like realistic, to be honest. And it doesn't have to be like the whole sobriety thing. It doesn't have to be that they had an addiction. It could just be that they had like some really negative shit going on in their life that they had to kind of like sort out. And they're doing that in hopes that they can find you or find somebody like you in the future. But yeah. I don't know. I can't say that this person fully believes in themselves quite yet. I don't know that they do. And it's like, there are so many good things about their life. I feel like they're missing like a couple of key things though. Like they've been able to like turn their life around, or their life has like gone back to being really good. But there is at least one key thing that's missing, or at least one key thing that is like holding them back. But I think missing is probably more accurate. And like, is that you? Is that thing you? For some of you guys, yeah. For others of you, it could be somebody like you, or it could just be like the thought of you. It's not really the thought of you. For others of you, it could just be like, I do think that this person sees you as like a trophy in a lot of ways. They see you as a prize, and they like would like to be able to win that prize. They would like to be worthy of winning that prize. And that's not to say that they're not worthy of it, but I don't think that they feel worthy of it, because they have some sort of like glaring issue, some sort of like really big issue in their life that is, you know, taking up so much of their attention at this time and a lot of their energy. Just trying to keep it in control, keep it under control. I do think that there's like, there's a silver lining. They have some optimism when it comes to this, but there's also just disappointment, I think, in terms of how things went in the past, whether that is in the past with you or in their life in general, and any other relationships that they've had, just in their life in general. But yeah, they're ready to like take command of their own life. They're not really ready to like come forward, like I said, in this particular relationship, but they're ready to like take command of their own life. And this person is not ready to deal with their emotions yet, whether that has to do with you or really anything else. They could have an issue where they're being belittled by somebody, or maybe they have, I did mention like they have somebody like telling them what to do, and it could be in kind of like a harsh way. They just feel, I feel like they feel humiliated. I also feel like they feel just like small. Some of them may have like, they just don't feel like they're like a man, is what I'm getting. And the reason why I'm saying that is because it's like, when I look at this card, and this card has actually come out for almost every single pile, if not every single pile. I think it has come out in every single pile that I've had in this reading. But you see how like the big guy is pointing down at the little guy, but also like his fingers are kind of like this. Can you guys see that? I don't know if you can, but his fingers, they're kind of making like a like this. And it just makes me think of like, you know, making fun of somebody's, can I say the word genitalia? Am I allowed to say that on YouTube? Private parts? It just makes me think of that. And so it's like they don't feel like they're enough of a man or enough of a grown up. And it's like they're getting there, or they haven't felt that way in the past. It could be like they feel like they're masquerading as a grown person, you know? Like they have the responsibilities in the life of a grown person, but like emotionally they're not there where they should be, you know? So yeah. Okay, let's see what this says. We have unbecoming everything I'm not. There we go. It says, I'm not changing for anything or anyone. I'm celebrating pure authenticity and unbecoming everything that I am not. So this person is getting back in touch with who they really are. And, you know, especially when there is like an addiction or something like that, some sort of really like negative aspect in your life, it can really like make you do things that you would not normally do. You know, it can make you steal from people. It can make you angry with people over things that you would not normally get angry about. It can really just like mess up your life and your relationship and make you act in ways that are not who you really are, because your brain is literally like taken over by this need, like this chemical need for something. And so you'll do anything that you can to satisfy that craving and satisfy that need. And so this person has learned or is learning how to unbecome all of those things that they didn't like about themselves and the way that they treated people and those like childhood wounds and those issues that they had from before. They're learning how to move away from those. They're reflecting and they're sorting things out mentally and they're reincarnating. We got that here with this death card. And then like here, you see how it's like they're shedding, it's almost like a shedding of the skin and becoming a new version. It's like 3.0 here, right? 3.0 just made me think about like 30s. So for some people, this could be like you guys are in your 30s or this person is in their 30s. And they're trying to find more about who they are, who they authentically are, and get back to that. And they're also trying to hold firm onto their boundaries. King of Swords is like really good with boundaries. They're trying to hold really firm on their boundaries and not like let other people influence them in ways that they might have in the past. You know, it's like maybe in the past they would really give in to peer pressure and now they're trying not to. So a good example here would be like with smoking. You know, there are some people who are social smokers who they don't buy their own cigarettes or anything like that, but if their friend is smoking a cigarette around them, they'll be like, okay, yeah, I'll have one too, right? And now they would be like, no, I'm good. You know, you do you, but I'm gonna do me. And so this person is like learning how to become much more stable and staunch in who they are as an authentic human being rather than like being swayed by other people. You and this person may have had kind of an on and off kind of scenario, an on and off relationship. It could be on or off right now. I am getting the sense that this is probably more of a no contact pile, but you could have at some point more recently, it doesn't have to be super recent, but like maybe even within like the last 10 months or something like that with this Wheel of Fortune here, last 10 to 13 months, you may have come into contact with this person after a while, right? Like this death card is making me think that like the relationship died and then maybe it came back. But even when it came back, they weren't able to offer you, or even if it did come back, like I was saying, they would not be able to offer you kind of like what you truly deserve. And I think that they know that. And they have to be in like a more selfish kind of energy right now in order to take care of themselves. And I don't think that they love that, but they do know that if they do it right, it will be worth it. This person has had to like lose a lot or leave a lot behind in order to find the stability and like the self-love and just the love in general that they want and that they need in their life. This could potentially, like there could be a friendship here. Maybe you guys could be considered friends, but you just don't communicate very much. And so maybe it's more like acquaintances or something like that, you know? And it's like almost like maybe like a demotion. That might only hit for a few people. All right, let's see. Yeah, it's just like I'm getting like a bad deal here. Like this card here is confusing me. This Page of Swords is confusing me. I'm going to get a clarifier for that. Can we clarify this Page of Swords card, please? Yeah, we got the Ace of Cups. Okay, so there could be some sort of a friendship here or something like that, but it's kind of like, you got another page. That's so funny, Page of Wands. But it's like, it can't be a real friendship because this person's attracted to you. They're not even just attracted to you, like they really like you. They might even love you. We got the Judgment card here, and then we have the King of Pentacles here in reverse. But like, they just know that they can't be who you need and who you would want them to be. They might not be financially in the place where they need to be. And so it's like, they just have, it's like a bad deal. They just could be spying on you through social media for sure. And I think that they still have negative thoughts when it comes to your relationship. I don't think the negative thoughts are about you specifically. We'll find out in the next portion with my What's the News cards here. But they have negative thoughts about the relationship for sure. And they haven't figured out how to change those yet. I think that they've been able to like reorient themselves and like reprogram their thoughts when it comes to a lot of other things, but not when it comes to you and when it comes to the relationship that you guys have. So I feel like they like chastise themselves for like having done you wrong. For having done you wrong. All right. Spirit, the person that pile 3 is thinking of, what are those person's late night thoughts about pile 3? Shots fired straight to the heart, venting about you. Interesting. Yeah, they're hurt. They're hurt about this situation. I was about to say butt hurt. They're hurt about this situation. They might talk to somebody about you, talk to their friends, talk to their therapist. Confused man wasting your damn time. They know that they wasted your time in the past. And for some of you guys, there even could have been like a potential third-party situation. If you guys ever saw this movie, The Holiday, we've got Kate Winslet here and that guy. I don't know what his real name is. But in the movie, she was like totally in love with him. He was her boss or her coworker or something, and he led her on. But he was like in a relationship, and I'm pretty sure he got engaged in the movie to somebody else. And that was kind of like what triggered her. She had to like move away or go on a holiday to America because she found out that he got engaged, and it was like the worst day of her life or something because she was totally in love with him. And he was just not reciprocating. He didn't reciprocate, but he did lead her on. Both of these cards are giving me like similar energy here. You see how it's like a guy like laying down, and then there's a woman sitting next to him like listening to him. So this person could have used you as like a therapist or used you as like a listening ear, or just used you in general because they knew that you would be there for them. Finding love again. Yeah, this person thinks about like to two of you guys finding love again and getting back together. Sorry, y'all, my phone, not my phone. My camera died. It's funny that I said my phone died. Maybe this person, like, you didn't hear from them for a long time, like I mentioned. Maybe they blamed it on some sort of like technical difficulty or something. I could also see that here with this Page of Swords. But I'm also getting, so some cards came out while I thought I was filming and my camera had died. And those are finding love again, trying to drag you into some bullshit, and then I should be yours, you should be mine in the reverse. But with this Page of Swords here and this Page of Cups as well, and this Knight of Cups, I kind of feel like they don't know what to say to you. Even if they wanted to say something, they don't know what to say to you. I don't really know that they actually want to say anything to you. They definitely have thoughts about you and like would talk about you to somebody else. Or they could think about like maybe what they would say about you to somebody else. But they don't have any actual, like, anything actually to say to you, because I think that they just feel like they would mess it up if they actually said something to you, or you would not want them if they came forward to you as they are right now. With trying to drag you in some bullshit, they know that, like, whatever's going on in their life is just not like up to snuff. It's not up to par. And so even though they do have feelings for you, they know that just like now is not the right time. And so that's what they think about. Like they think about how they like you and how they kind of like wish things were better between you. But they just don't know really like where to go from here. And so I think that a lot of their thoughts for you are more emotional than they are, you know, like the sexy sexual ones. So this makes me think of that song, You Give Love a Bad Name. It's a shots fired straight to the heart. And that song is like, shot through the heart and you're to blame, darling. You give love a bad name. Played your part and I played your game. You give love a bad name. So yeah. I think that's kind of how they feel about themselves. And they're very wounded. They're very hurt over this. Passionate thoughts, thinking of each other. So yeah, they do have mostly emotional thoughts, but like, yeah, they might like think back on if you guys have hooked up before, they probably think about that. And if you haven't, then they do, you know, just imagine kind of like the things that they would do to you. But we have, I'm kind of busy, can't, won't pick up. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, is like they don't actually want to talk to you. Because they're just afraid that if they did talk to you, they would mess it up or they wouldn't have anything worthwhile to say. We have studying here in the reverse. And that goes along with this Page of Swords in the reverse as well. Like they are watching you from afar. I wouldn't necessarily say that they're doing it often because they are reversals, but they are watching you and they do check up on you. There's something more that can be said about that, but I'm just not sure what it is yet here. Deep cleaning needed. Yeah, they just don't feel like they're good enough. Trouble nicknamed you. Bad girl. They might, if you have tattoos, they might really like your tattoos. What else? This person is definitely trying to clean up their act. Like they keep thinking, that's really what they think about, is trying to like be better, be a better person, and to try and like get to a level where they could talk to you, where they could have something to offer you. I think that they kind of just are like a little bit hopeless in some sense, that they actually don't think that this is ever going to happen. And they also kind of wonder if you would be a bad influence on them. That's not to say that, like, okay, so like let's give our addiction example again. That's not to say that like you would be the one peer pressuring them or whatever. But there's that whole thing about like if you are, for example, in like Alcoholics Anonymous or AA, you're not supposed to get into a relationship within a certain amount of time of joining because it can mess with your recovery. And so I kind of think that that's how they think about you. Like, trying to talk with you or be with you would be too much of a distraction, or maybe you do have some sort of like aspect to your lifestyle that is really tempting to them and is not necessarily the best environment for them, right? Like, you might not have a drinking problem, but you might like to drink, or you might like to be around people who drink, and that would be an issue for somebody who's trying to recover from alcoholism, right? That's just an example. You can apply that kind of analogy to your life. But they do like that you have kind of like a dangerous side. They also like that you are kind of unavailable to them, which I think is interesting. They're kind of like turned on by that you're unavailable to them. And I am interested to see, okay, so some of you guys might not put a whole bunch of information out there on, for example, social media about, you know, your day-to-day life or your life in general. And so it kind of feels like the amount of information that they can get about you is minimal. And it's like they could just be looking back at the same pictures over and over again, or at the same text messages over and over again, or something like that, because they just don't have a lot. And it might be like they have like old texts that, you know, maybe need to be deleted or something like that, or were deleted at one point and they like went and recovered them in order to read them. Yeah, this person just feels like they're not like clean enough for you. They're not good enough for you. They're not like in pristine condition that you would need or that you would want, or that they feel like you deserve. And because of that, they feel like they're just like a bad deal. It's like that whole thing of like, I don't even want you to want me because I'm not worth wanting. Like, that's what they feel like in this scenario. But they do really like you. They're just confused about who they are and where they're going, and how they can get to a place to be like worthy of somebody like you. And I think that hurts them. Like, the sexy thoughts are there, but it's much more the emotional aspect is like really what they think about late at night when it comes to you. Now, in terms of what it is that they like about you, they might like the way that you smell. They might like your neck, your lips. They could like the way that you dress and your clothes. Like I said, they really might like your tattoos. They like your heart. Like, they think that you're a good person, and they like who you are as a person. They like that. They also think you're really fun. Maybe a little too much fun for them. Maybe like, you know, they're trying to be more serious in their life or something, and that's not to say serious people can't have fun, but I think that they are trying to kind of like stay away from certain environments. And so the types of fun that you have, even if it's just like going out for a board game night or like karaoke or whatever, maybe they just can't handle that right now, you know? But yeah. They think about either what it would be like to hook up with you, or if you guys have already hooked up, they like reminisce on that. And they wonder if you're thinking about them too. Yeah. But like I could see them thinking about you and like their heart hurts. Or like spending like late nights talking to their friends about you. It might just be like one friend, like a female friend, or an opposite sex friend, about you and about your situation. They may also like your hair if you have something kind of like unusual about your hair. It could be a nice color. They might really like the color of it. We do have like these two wigs on this card, the blue and the pink hair. And then also here, like Lady Gaga, she has her hair dyed like platinum blonde with like the Coke can curlers. So there could be something sort of like unnatural about your hair that they really like, or unusual about it that they really like. I also wanted to say that we have the Emperor here, and we've got the Empress here. And the Empress is in the upright, the Emperor is in the reverse. And this just makes me kind of feel like there could be divine counterpart energy here, but the Emperor is like not, their head is not in the right place in order to make this connection work. And if they were to approach you, it would be like, because their head's not in the right place, it would just be like playing a game. You know, Page of Cups here. That's like game player energy. Like, quit playing games with my heart, right? It's tearing up my heart when I'm with you. So we got a little like boy band energy coming through for some reason. I don't know why, but yeah, I just kind of feel like, yeah, it's like this immature situation where they just kind of like would play with you a little bit. And I don't think that they would even mean to. I don't think that they would like want to. It's just literally because it's like they don't know how to do something serious at this time. Like they're just not capable of it. And so they could come in and they could like, you know, be charming and all apologetic and stuff, and they could like say all the right things, but they wouldn't really mean it. They would just be doing it to like see what you would do or see what you would say. And like they don't really want to do that because they actually do like see you more seriously than that, and they think you deserve better than that, which is why I think that this person is keeping their distance from you. And when I say divine counterpart, that doesn't mean like you guys are going to be together. That's not what that means. It just means that you guys like have mirroring tendencies and personality aspects and a deep connection. And like they could see you as, you know, a person to take seriously, and I think that they do. Like they respect you enough to know that like if you were to be in their life, they would have to take you seriously, or they would want to take you seriously rather. They wouldn't have to do anything. They all have free will. And that's the thing, is they would want to take you seriously, but I don't think that they would be capable of doing that because they're just like in this constant battle with themselves trying to get their own shit together. And so they just don't have the capacity to treat you the way that you'd need and deserve to be treated in their eyes. So they would rather just, you know, rather than giving you a bad deal and just trying to, you know, check the boxes and fill in the blanks and do the things that they think would at least like gain entry into your life again. They don't want to just be there. They want to like be there for real, and they're not able to do that right now. So instead of giving you a bad deal, they're going to just stay away. Keep your distance. The letter K is coming through in this, in the clouds here, and then also maybe R as well. Mountains are also coming through. I don't know what that's about, but mountains could be significant somehow. We've got like a snow border right here, and this kind of looks like a mountain, even though it's probably like clouds It looks kind of like a mountain here in the background. Is there anything else that wants to come through that this person thinks about late at night? Just leave. It's not working out in the reverse. Yeah, like they know that right now it would not work out between you two. So that's why they would rather just like loving me now here in the reverse also, and predicted it here in the reverse. So yeah, just like they just really are trying to about to lose your / their shit in the reverse. Mental breakdown ahead. Yeah, they're really trying to just like give themselves the love that they need, the self-love. They're trying to work on that, and like it's hard for them because their emotions, like I said, they're not very emotionally connected. So it's difficult, and they're really trying though. Like they're trying to give themselves the love that they need, and it's just not working. So it's like easier for them to be emotionally absent with themselves and with you than it is to get into that. Because if they were to get into it, I feel like, yeah, they would lose their shit. They would lose their shit. And when they're like at night and they're thinking about you, they think about like what the future could hold with you. But again, there's like a hopelessness. Like they think about and dream about what the future could hold for you guys. They might even like literally dream about you. But they just don't think that that's possible. Like they just don't think it's possible. They don't think it's going to come true. And I think they also think about like negative situations with you too. Like maybe you rejecting them, or you being with somebody else, or something like that. Like by the time they get their shit together, you already have like moved on and stuff like that, you know? They're really just trying to avoid losing all their marbles. Like they're trying to just keep their shit together. That's kind of really what it is. That's what I'm getting. Let's see. What is this person's late night thoughts about pile 3? What do they think about pile 3 late at night? We have here energy warning, don't trust. The trust between you guys could have been broken. Whoever's fault that was, the trust between you guys could have been broken, and they think about that a lot. And especially if it was their fault, like they think about that a lot. And they're like, you're right not to trust me, because I think that they don't even trust themselves. Yeah, this person's carrying around a lot of shame, a lot of hurt and shame. And they just think it's better to keep their distance from you, and they like that you're, you know, doing your own thing and you're not really available to them right now. They think that that's good. Because if you were available to them, they would basically just drag you into some bullshit. But yeah. Alright, pile 3. Make sure you like this video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much for hanging out with me here for a little bit of time on YouTube. I love you, and I will see you guys in the next one. Don't forget to subscribe. Bye. What I do, pile 4? Hey, hey. Welcome to your reading. Well, this is actually the identifiers portion, so if you would like to skip over the identifiers, if you're already really confident, if you chose pile 4 during your meditation and you know in your gut it's the pile for you, then feel free to skip this if you like. The timestamp is down below, and it will say pile 4 reading. All right, let's go ahead and get into these identifiers. I'm gonna put that over to the side. So if this is your first time here with me, welcome. All the people from pile 4, who are they? Let's find out who pile 4 is. I'd like to connect with pile 4's guides, angels, benevolent ancestors, and higher self. Tell us who's in pile 4. While I'm doing this, that's a great time to subscribe to the channel and to like this video. And the way that these work is that at least one of the things that comes out on these slips should be familiar to you, should be significant to you. Maybe it showed up in your life in the past couple of days or weeks, even if it was just in passing. That would be a sign that this reading is in fact for you. Spirit, who else is in pile 4? Is there anybody else in pile 4, Spirit? All right. Let's go ahead and get into these identifiers. Start here. All right, we've got Los Angeles. So like maybe you're from Los Angeles, maybe you spent a lot of time in Los Angeles, like you went to school there or something, or you worked there for a really long time. Your family could be there, or maybe you're planning a trip there, or you just got back from a trip, or maybe you watched a movie recently that was like set in Los Angeles or something like that. But that would be like in the past few days. Burn by Usher. That's a song. I think that you should let it burn. $20. Some of you got $20 in your pocket right now. Maybe you found $20 on the street. Maybe somebody just Venmoed you $20 or something. Black Truck by Mariba. Mariba? I don't really know how to say that girl's name, to be honest. Stay sick because I follow my guts. They said I was pushing my luck. I'ma push me a matte all black truck. So yeah, you might also like drive a black truck or something like that. Fresh Air. That is like actually just Fresh Air, but it also makes me think about Fresh Air on NPR, like the segment that they have or the podcast that they have. Juicy, Doja Cat featuring Tyga. I keep it juicy, juicy. I eat that lunch. All right, we've got here Afternoon by Max Biancon. That's a song. Portions for Foxes by Rilo Kiley. Another song. Mississippi. So all kind of the same things that I said about LA. Mississippi could be that for you. Sweet Love by Anita Baker. Sweet love, got me calling out your name. I feel no shame from above. Costa Rica. So yeah, we got a lot of locations here. You might travel often. Carnival, speaking of traveling, that could be like Carnival Cruise, Carnival, like a fair, like a state fair, or it could be like Carnival, like how they have in like Trinidad or the Caribbean countries, or like Toronto, like, you know what I'm talking about. If you don't know, then go look it up. 4th of July, USA, Independence Day. So if your country has an Independence Day, then that could also apply to like whatever the date is for you. We have the number 8 here, which would be the month of August. That is Leo and Virgo energy. You could see 888. You could live on the 8th floor, the 8th apartment, 8th building, 8th Avenue, 8th Street. You could have 8 people in your family. 8 could be your favorite number, something like that. Oklahoma. Yeah, we got a lot of locations coming out. I won't say that's unusual, but it's not typical. Avenged Sevenfold. That is a band. I don't really know any of their music, but for some reason they ended up in the bowl. I don't know why. Hidden Figures. That's a movie. We've got that movie stars Taraji P. Henson, Octavia Spencer, and Janelle Monáe. Tupac, Keep Your Head Up. Okay. We've got Anthony Kiedis, Remy Wolf. So Anthony Kiedis is the lead singer for the Red Hot Chili Peppers. Remy Wolf is a solo artist. She has a song named after Anthony Kiedis, but this is also giving very much like LA energy because both of them rep LA. All right, we've got Honeybee, The Head and the Heart. That's a song. The Joker, Steve Miller Band. Another song. King Curtis, Fat Kid Loves Bacon. That is a clip. It's on YouTube. It's called Fat Kid Loves Bacon on YouTube. But it's a clip from Wife Swap, like a long time ago. I don't even think that they still make that show anymore, actually. But yeah, okay. If you know, you know. Mahershala Ali. Actor. Gorgeous actor. Kwanzaa, African American holiday. Interesting, we've got 2 American holidays here, 4th of July and Kwanzaa. Monstera, that's a plant. Angus Thongs and Full Frontal Snogging, that's a book. I guess it's a book series, the Georgia Nicholson series. They did make a movie. The movie is called Angus Thongs and Perfect Snogging. Cheesy snacks. So that could be like your favorite type of snack. You might be eating some right now. Maybe you just bought some, or it's on your grocery list or something like that. Familiar. That's supposed to be like a witch's familiar. I don't know, something maybe to do with family. Jessica Alba, Fantastic Four. So Jessica is in parentheses. Somebody's name could be Jessica. It doesn't have to be Jessica Alba, but just a Jessica in general. Anne Hathaway, actress. Matthew McConaughey, actor. Interesting. Spice World, iconic film. I'm not even gonna call it a movie. Film, starring the Spice Girls. God Must Have Spent a Little More Time on You, In Sync. That's a song. Legally Blonde. Also another iconic film starring Reese Witherspoon as Elle Woods. Linkin Park, the band. That song Numb is coming up right now. Pen 15, that is a TV show. It's on Hulu. Randall Park. Okay, so Randall Park is an actor, another gorgeous actor. He is on Fresh Off the Boat. He's the dad. He plays Louis Wong on that show. And then he also was on Always Be My Maybe, so you might know him from there. But with Linkin Park and Randall Park coming up, maybe parks just in general are significant somehow. I did say something about a carnival, so like, you know how fairs, state fairs and stuff are usually like in a park area. End of Time by Beyonce. That's funny that that came up because I was just listening to that like less than an hour ago. Maybe this is my pile. I don't know. Tina Belcher. Eldest daughter on Bob's Burgers. Sesame Chicken. Misfits, that's a TV show from E4. I believe it's also on Hulu now. But it's about like teen, or I guess like juvenile offenders, I guess we would call them. I guess they're not all teens. Some of them are like in their early 20s, and I guess they get assigned like community service or something like that. And then there's this like electrical storm and they all end up getting superpowers. Footloose by Kenny Loggins. That is a song. It is like the theme song for a movie that's also called Footloose. So yeah, okay, let me go write these down in my tarot journal. I did create a tarot journal for you guys, so if you're interested in getting your very own, the link is in the description box, along with the link for the abundance journal that I made. So go ahead and take a look at that if you're interested in working on your financial literacy as well. But yeah, let me go write these down in my tarot journal, and I'll see you guys in a second for your reading. Hey there, Pile 4. What's up? What's good? Let's get into this reading. This is the part with the cards. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and hit the like button on this video, the thumbs up, to help it spread a little farther across YouTube. When you subscribe, it makes you and I more connected so that I can tap into your energy with more accuracy and like be more pinpointed to you. So we love that. Anyway, we're going to start off with the tarot. Then we'll get into this card and see what this says, and then we'll go into the What's the News Oracle. So with the tarot, we're going to kind of like see what this connection is about. You know, we're talking about their late night thoughts about you. So obviously we're thinking of somebody. We want to see kind of like what the connection is about, and then we'll get into the late night thoughts. All right, cool. Spirit, please help me connect to Pile 4, their guides, angels, benevolent ancestors, and higher self, and the people who, or the person that they're thinking about, right? We want to know that person's late night thoughts. So tell me about the connection between Pile 4 and the person on their mind, the person that they came to this reading to. I just wanted to say investigate. I have not used that word with any of the other piles, so I just think that's kind of funny. All right, so we have the Star here. We've also got the King of Cups, the Seven of Pentacles in reverse, the Nine of Swords in reverse. That card has come out in every single pile, every single one in this reading. But I think I'm actually going to read it differently for this pile than I did for the others. This particular deck, this is the Law of Attraction Tarot, and it does not really follow like the Rider-Waite tradition very much. In some cards it does, but in other cards it like completely deviates. And the Nine of Swords is one of them where it deviates, but like the Rider-Waite meaning is still pretty clear. So before I say anything, let me just see if there are any other cards that want to come out. Here we go. We've got the Four of Wands in reverse and the Eight of Wands in reverse as well. Spirit. Okay. All right. That's enough. Spirit says, get to it. Hop to it, babes. All right, so we've got here the Star, the King of Cups, the Star is in reverse, King of Cups in the upright, the Seven of Pentacles, the Nine of Swords, the Hierophant. All three of those are in reverse. We've got the Three of Swords here in reverse, the Four of Wands in reverse, the Eight of Wands also in reverse. So out of all of these cards, we've only got one upright card. That's the King of Cups here. I'm starting to think that for some of you guys, you maybe recently got some bad news in this connection or about this connection. This person may have maybe like a commitment phobe or have issues with commitment. If you already are in a committed relationship with this person, you may find out or may have found out that they are maybe like second guessing that or rethinking that in some ways. I feel like there was some sort of heartbreak or deep emotional pain here. And there also could be something going on in this connection that kind of like takes the focus away from the connection itself and puts the focus on somebody else or something else that is possibly taking priority. With this Nine of Swords, the way I've been interpreting it in the past was about this idea of like making somebody feel diminutive, like making somebody feel small, or being made to feel that way. But in the Rider-Waite version of that card, it shows somebody like sitting up in bed, like they can't sleep. And I kind of am almost getting like, this person is not losing any sleep over you. That's kind of what I'm getting. And I'm sorry, I don't mean to laugh. Like sometimes it's just like things come out so harsh and I don't mean them that way, but like that's just how they come out and it makes me laugh because it's like, dang, really? Like you really made me say it like that? But anyway, this connection, I kind of feel like there doesn't feel like a lot of hope for the future of this connection. And I don't know if there is some sort of, if there's something kind of like tying you guys together. Like for some of you guys, this person could be like an actual husband. For some of you guys, this could be like a baby daddy or, you know, a baby mama or wife. This person, like, I think generally they are very responsible and they are like emotionally intelligent and they have their shit together. They have their life together. They could be very creative, or at least I guess I'll say one of you. But all that being said, it's like the connection between you guys just is not where it's supposed to be or where it needs to be or where you would want it to be. or where they would want it to be, where one of you would want it to be in order for it to like move forward successfully. And I almost feel like that actually hurts more because it's like this person really is like on it. They're on top of their game. They know what they're doing. They're emotionally available and intelligent, but they're just not available to you. Or I guess we flip it and like it's like you're not available to them. But I think it's they. I think that me reading it as like they're not available to you is probably more accurate, because if it was you and them, why would you be watching this reading? You know? But whatever. Take it however it resonates. I could definitely be wrong on that part. People cross watch all the time, so I don't want to like take that away from anybody. But yeah, there's discomfort here. It's like this is just not a comfortable situation for anybody in it. I'll rephrase that. This is not a comfortable situation for whoever's in it. And somebody just feels like it's just not a good fit. It's just not a good fit. And so any seeds that have been planted, like they have not grown in the way that was expected. Investments made were not, there wasn't a good return. They weren't honored in the way that they would have been expected to be honored. And I do think that there are like silver linings here, and I think that you guys probably have fun together, but it just is like, it's all fluff. There's no substance. At least that's how one person in this connection feels. You know? Okay, let's go ahead and get this card here. We have, it has always been within. Everything I need is already inside me, and it always has been. So we've got this image of this person like meditating here. Yeah, I definitely get that this is like a solo dolo scenario. Like, the person that I was talking about represented here by this King of Cups, like they're very emotionally centered. They know that they have everything that they need already inside them. Like they are really on it when it comes to not only like where they stand in the universe, their spirituality, how they see themselves and all that kind of stuff, but like they're very emotionally mature. And so if they've made the decision that this relationship is not for them, or, you know, just that the connection's not strong enough or whatever, then like they mean that. They mean it. And I think that can be hard to hear on the other side, you know, especially if you guys did have fun together, which I think you probably did. But this also could be a connection from kind of like a long time ago with the star here in reverse. Or maybe the fun times were much longer ago, maybe like in the beginning of the connection, and maybe not so much recently, you know. You know what's so interesting actually is both of these cards show a woman meditating. I gotta cover up this one because there's like a little booty going on. But both of these cards, the star card here and this here, show somebody meditating. And so I'm actually kind of like drawn to think that like the star card represents whoever's watching this, and then the King of Cups card represents the other person that they're asking about. And it's like the star card person is stellar. You are awesome. But the balance is just not there, or like the centeredness that this King of Cups person is looking for. You're not their star. And it sucks to hear that, because it's like, you know, sometimes you want something with somebody so bad and it's just like, that person just isn't for you. And so I think advice from Spirit here for you is to like take some time to center yourself and to remember that everything that you need is already inside you and always has been. And it's not saying that like, if you do that, this person is suddenly going to come back and they're going to want you. Like, that's not what it is. It's just like, it's better for you if you do that. Just in general. And it's not about trying to meet this person on their level, because I think it's just like you two are like just different people. And I don't know that even if you were at this same space of emotional centeredness, I don't know that you guys would be right for each other still. I just don't, that's just not the vibe that I'm getting. Because there's so many blockages here. All of these cards are reversed except for that one. Sometimes things are just not meant to be, you know? And if you are like monogamously minded, then really like only a couple of your relationships are gonna actually like work out, you know? Sometimes people get married more than once, but like you're probably only gonna have a few truly super long-term relationships, like decades long, you know? And so it's like really thinking about if you can actually make that type of like huge life commitment to somebody. And I feel like this person that you're asking about just couldn't do it. And I don't know if it's I don't think that they're commitment phobic. I think they're just, you know, looking for something else. I feel so bad. It sucks to say that. And I'm sorry if I hurt your feelings. I don't want to, but I have to read what the cards are saying. But yeah, definitely like focusing on going inside, going within is going to be a really good thing for you. Because it's going to help you to draw your energy into your center, which will help magnetize the people that are for you towards you. And when you magnetize those people towards you, you won't have that situation again. Like the situation is not going to happen for you again. You're going to have people who are like really, really into you, who are really all about you. This song is coming up right now called Your Star by All American Rejects. And one of the lines is like, I picked out your star, turned night to day, a simple whisper from your voice, and then I fade away. And it's like, it's so cute because it's like the guy is just so in love with the girl. But it is a song about being pushed away, right? So let me read you guys some of the lyrics. So, I picked out your star, turned night to day, a simple whisper from your voice, and I fade away. You wish for love, you pushed me away. Your love for me was everything I need, the air I breathe. So yeah, I mean, there's like, that song, there could be messages in there for you, so go listen to it if you choose to. But really like, you should be in this space, or Spirit is inviting you rather to be in this space of like centeredness so that you can magnetize and manifest the type of love that you really want and really deserve, that this person just is not able to give to you. But yeah, okay, let's see. Spirit, what are this person's... So, okay, pile 4 is thinking of somebody. What is that person's late night thoughts? What are that person's late night thoughts about pile 4? Let's see. Still holding on to each other. So yeah, I was talking about that push and pull energy. What else? Late night thoughts about pile 4. Oh, in love. There we go. Watch your back. Viral, going viral. In the ring, here goes another round. Push and pull, there we go. Okay, so yeah, I think because what we have here with this 9 of Swords and the 7 of Pentacles here in reverse, this person, they have reluctant feelings about going back and forth with you because they know at the end of the day it's not going to work. Yes, there is love. There is love there. But they just know that, like, I was talking about the idea of like decades, right? They know that that's not the case. but that doesn't mean that they don't have love for you. However, the language that's being used here, like still holding on and viral, watch your back, in the ring, here goes another round. It's like, that's not the type of language that you want somebody using when it comes to you and your relationship with them or your connection with them. This person does not have a sense of loyalty towards you. I want clarification on this viral card, please. Can you clarify what this viral card is talking about? Back with X. Okay. So, I didn't want to say this, but I guess I'm going to have to. Some of you guys may want to go get tested. Just saying, if you've been intimate with this person, you may want to go get tested if you've been intimate with them recently. What's this? We've also got here passionate thoughts, thinking of each other. So yeah, there's a push and pull energy here, and I almost wonder if it's like, this is like the more sexual of the piles that we've had. And it's like, for this person, I know it says in love. I know that it says that, and I'm not ignoring that, you guys. I hope that you understand where I'm coming from with this. I do feel like this is a connection that is probably older, meaning like it may have been going on for some significant amount of time, or you guys kind of like went through something significant together. But this person is like an emotional vampire. And I don't think that they want to be, especially since this card did come out in the upright, this King of Cups. I don't think that they want to be, but it's kind of almost like you're letting them siphon your energy. And because they do have feelings for you, they're going with it, even though they know that it's not a long-term scenario and that they would probably prefer somebody else. And I did mention early on that there was like a third, an idea or a situation that was taking their time, energy, and attention away from your connection. And so that makes me like back with X, like is definitely there. Even if they're not actually physically with their ex, they could be wanting to be with them, thinking about being with them, maybe even in the process of trying to get back in the ring with their ex. What is this person's late night thoughts about Pile 4? Seeing some bullshit. There may be like phone checking going on here, especially if you guys do like live together or you spend the night together. There may be like late night checking of the phone. This reading is very different from the other three, but hey. Their late night thoughts about you are mostly physical, mostly, I won't even say like booty call, but I guess I just said it, so. Yeah. The vampire energy here is like so strong. We've got this girl with like some blood coming down. Can you guys see that, like dripping from her mouth? And then we've got this where it's like, looks like he's like about to like bite her neck, you know? This person thinks about fighting with you. And they think about how to go behind your back. They think about maybe like the best way to get back with their ex or somebody that they were seeing, or the best way to be unfaithful. I think they also think about like, you're so in love with them that you're not going to do anything about it. I don't think this person has like the highest opinion of you, to be honest. And it's not saying that they're going around like talking shit about you. I think that they just feel like you'll tolerate whatever it is that they give and keep coming back. And maybe you have kept going back in the past, since we have like still holding on to each other and in the ring, here goes another round, you know? This is so shitty. This is like such shitty energy. I'm like honestly surprised that this came out in the upright. I am, and I kind of want to find out why. Let me, why is this King of Cups here in the upright? Interesting. Loves attention. And then we have here, they don't have unpaid bills. Homie in love, damn dog, pinche perro enamorado. They're not self-centered, but they do love attention. This is giving me like Rico Suave energy. So this person could be very attractive, could get a lot of attention. They're just like very sweet. Or also, like I said, they could be like they could be a parent, and like people, the way that they parent, people find that like really attractive about them because they're like really attentive to their children or something. It's like, I was about to be like, I hate to say it, but this person does have like some good qualities. I guess like maybe in society, this person might be thought of as being a catch, but like when it comes to the relationship that you two have, it just doesn't seem like they're actually like being their best self. It doesn't seem like either of you is being your best self, to be honest. This could definitely be like a karmic connection, especially with still holding on and here goes another round. And also even with viral, it's like being infected and having to clear that out. Some of you guys could have gotten some sort of, and like, I know I said earlier, like go get tested, but I'm even thinking now about like getting a cold or getting some sort of like just like getting sick or something from being with this person. They could be thinking about how kind of like how they're kind of like sick of going round and round and round with you. This is such shitty energy. I feel like this girl. Like I'm over here and I'm seeing some bullshit. Like I feel like her. And I hate that I have to be the person to like relay this to you. Ugh, icky. I'm not surprised that Spirit is giving you the advice to just like focus on yourself, because you deserve better than this. So, you know, you need to like gather your thoughts, gather your energy, gather yourself, and, you know, go ahead and just focus on you, get your shit together, and leave. I mean, you can do whatever you want. You have free will, but this person, like I said before, it's like all fluff, no substance. You know, this relationship is all fluff, no substance. If you guys don't know about Sally from The Nightmare Before Christmas, you might want to go and read about her. But like basically her character, she's a rag doll and she's in love with this guy. Well, he's not a guy. He's another character in this movie. Jack Skellington. He's like the king of Pumpkin Town or something. I haven't seen this movie in a really long time, but Sally is like held hostage basically by her creator, and he like stitched her from all these different doll parts or whatever, kind of like almost like a Frankenstein. And she is like never allowed to leave, and whenever she does escape, he like comes looking for her and stuff like that. And it's like, it's just like she's like caught in this abusive relationship, but she knows in her heart deep down that she's supposed to be with like Jack Skellington. And so she like runs away to go and meet him and find him and stuff. And then like they go on this adventure together. But meanwhile, her creator is still like looking for her, coming around looking for her, trying to drag her back. And she ends up having to like mutilate herself. I'm putting that in quotations because it's like, you can see like she's stitched together And so she breaks the stitches on one of her arms and like leaves an arm behind so she can run away from her creator to like go with Jack or whatever. And in the end, she and Jack do end up together, and they're supposed to be, you know, like the couple, and she gets away from this like abusive creator that she has. This person may also feel like you are a little clingy to them. They may feel mildly unsafe when it comes to you, like they have to watch their back. And that getting you to let go has not been successful. Like they might have done things to try and even maybe get you to break up with them, and it hasn't been successful. There could be something here about your eyelashes that might be for a specific group of people. They might be thinking something about your eyelashes or your mascara or like the way that you do your eye makeup or something. I also think that they are worried a little bit about like moving on to a new relationship because they're a little bit worried about like what you might do if they were to do that. They could potentially be worried about some sort of like physical violence. It doesn't have to be about like, you know, true crime style violence. It could just be like, you know, throwing plates at their head or hair dryers or something like that, or things like that they might be worried about. Overall, the message is definitely focus on yourself, work on getting centered, understand that everything you need is already inside you and it always has been, and then trying to move forward safely and peacefully with regards to this connection. Thank you so much for watching. I apologize if, you know, this isn't what you wanted to hear, but I say what Spirit tells me to say, so here we go. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. If you needed to hear it, chances are there's also somebody else out there who needs to hear it too, so hit the thumbs up on this video and help it to spread a little farther along the YouTube algorithm so that people who need to hear it can find it. I love you, stay safe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.